Welcome back to Mike Up. Today is March 9th. It is Wednesday. March 9th, 2022. We got a big show today. I came in yelling, hot. I got caffeine. I messed up the coffee machine. I have a bunch of grinds in there, and I am drinking straight jet fuel. So
Petro.
Bear with me today because it is going to be
93.
Jibber jabbing. I'm going to be fumbling over some words. It's all right. We got the boys in studio. Lloyd got rocking some new gear. We got a hat. We got some bags made. We got some stuff going on. Jay Mitch is in studio. Jackie Boy's in studio. Stewie's in here. They're grinding. We hopefully have some breaking news at some point throughout the course of this show. MLB looks like they're getting really close to making a deal. We felt this way about a week and a half ago. Nothing happened. It seems like things are going in the right direction, but you know how this thing goes. There could be a hiccup. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We got all of our sponsors represented here. We got Dos Equis, we got Heineken, we have Lance Beal, we have Doe's Eat Place. We got a lot of people doing a lot of cool things. So shout out to our sponsors. Like I said, huge day. LSU basketball receives notice of allegations. To me, that just says, okay, well, we had this 4 years of all this stuff that we're talking about that we think that you did. Okay, our investigation is over, so here we go. This is the stuff that we've been saying. We're going to give it to you. Aaron Rodgers ain't going anywhere. Stayed there. Money is not what is being reported. And, deal hasn't really been done yet, but they have agreed that Aaron Rodgers is going back to the Packers. Devontae Adams is also staying there. He gets franchise tagged. Obviously, they're going to have at least one more year together before...
Second last dance.
Yeah, the second last dance. Broncos shook up the world yesterday. They gave away their future to get Russell Wilson and Sierra to come on down to Denver. The future is gone. They gave up 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and a bunch of players to get Russell Wilson. So hopefully that pans out.
You know what that means?
What's that mean?
The window is open.
Hey, the window. They are in win now. Hey, they have that.
Window is
we're going to
open.
get into that because they have a ton of talent on that offense, and I think that they have an opportunity to be really, really good. John Elway finally got a quarterback since Peyton Manning. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Zion is back. Lost 23 pounds. Looks lighter. Bringing his dogs into the grocery store, and then he comes back and Pels lose. Is Zion a curse? Maybe. I don't know. But he comes back. Everybody's so excited. The Pels are hot. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They almost win the other night. He comes back in town. Zion's ready to start playing because everybody's winning and I want to be part of this. And then they get their butts kicked.
Of course, it's the John Morant, too.
Was that?
Of course, it's the John Morant.
Of course, it is to John Morant. I know Brandon Ingram didn't play. I get it. He was banged up. But...
They're forever tied together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, forever.
Odin,
I'm not
Kevin
faulting
Durant.
the Pelicans for drafting
For better or for
Zion.
worse.
Like, I'm not... Like, you can't...
No.
Like, Ja was unreal, but, like, Zion was Zion coming out. Like, you can't fault the Pelicans. And when Zion's on the court and he's playing, he's great. He just hasn't been on the court very much. Calvin Ridley got suspended for gambling for a full year.
What a guy! What a guy! One of us! One of us!
You can tell Calvin Ridley probably hasn't been very experienced in gambling. He went through the gambling things. He went through all the picks. He said, man, if I add all these games together...
And I know the boys can get this one.
I can make all this money.
Hey, and I know the boys can get this one.
Yeah, and we're going to win. But you know he's betting on the Falcons to win. So I'm okay with that.
That's what I said.
Fuck it.
I'm all the way in on it.
He's not betting against his team.
I love it. We just know it's a super slippery slope.
Hey, but here's the deal.
Super
Did you see
slippery.
his tweet? He said, I bet you $1,500 and I addicted to game, please.
Yeah.
How about you bet us 11 million, you know? That's what you forfeit.
But here's the deal though.
That
He gets
parlay.
suspended for a full year. Pete Rose is banned for life.
He
can't ever get in the Hall of Fame because he bet also on his team to win, not to lose. He wasn't throwing games.
Yeah.
Right? NFL is very wishy-washy about their thoughts on gambling. They said gambling is a no. We can't have gambling. 2017, no way. It would not be good for the game. Then 2020 happens like, gambling would be great for the NFL. It'd be great for the organizations and income and revenue and all this stuff. And of course this is going to happen. Like, you allow the guys to gamble on fantasy football. You allow them to do a lot of things. There's just a lot of information that you're giving, and then you are changing your tune on other things. It's just you can't pick and choose what you want to concentrate on and not concentrate on.
But how much do they really pick and choose it though?
I mean, to the point where, hey, gambling's not good, and then gambling is good.
Okay, but you've been to it, and I've been to it, and I know from sources on the other side of it, like they hold the same rookie symposium, and gambling's a huge talking point.
No doubt.
And it's a no-no. So like, you get into the NFL, you get drafted, you go to the symposium,
doubt.
they tell you straight from the start.
Oh,
So
it's wrong.
like,
It's wrong. You can't do it. Like it's wrong. You can't. It's illegal to do it. Right now, he's not banned for life. He's only banned for a year. I think that they probably should figure out punishment, obviously, on this. Like the punishment on gambling and the punishment on like domestic abuse, the punishment on the owners who are paying their coaches to lose games, which there's zero punishment for that apparently. Like there's got to be.
there is no like letter of the law.
No, there's no letter of the law.
There's no letter of the law. Which on the gambling side of it, there should be one like very. Hey, bro, like you gamble within the game, and we find it. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's on your team.
There is the letter of the law is Roger. What are you talking about? Judge, jury, executioner, whatever he finds suits him
Well,
best.
he is making $40 million a year, so
Yeah,
Speaking of rules as they go.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He was probably one of the. This looks ridiculous. He was one of the most staunch, like.
Usually Jasper Parnovich.
Riff-raff. No, it's like
what a
riff-raff.
reference!
What a reference!
Dude,
What a
little
reference!
golf.
I knew you could appreciate that. You're a big golf guy.
But Roger
I think
was
I said his name wrong, but go ahead.
Jasper. It depends
Yeah,
on
so
what
it's Jasper. But his last name is it Parnovic or Parnovich?
Parnovich.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Good job, Mike.
Vinovich.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Go.
But anyway, Roger Goodell was staunchly against gambling for the longest
That's my
time.
point. That's what
He
I'm
was
saying.
Forever against it. But as soon as he saw inroads where the NFL could make money doing it, whether it be through daily fantasy or it being legalized and getting in bed with Caesars, like how often do you see sports gambling commercials on NFL properties? And guess what Calvin Ridley was doing? But posted up at his house watching these guys.
Hey,
I can
he was a
gamble on
player.
this.
He's bored out of his mind.
He's not
He's not hurt. He's
mentally.
He's a mental
Health.
injury, if you want to call it. Like that's why he was on the injured list,
The bookie broke
on the
his
reserve
legs.
list. So he's he has all his downtime. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna get on my app and do this. Nobody can catch me. Well, they have Caesars who's in bed with NFL. They have all these analytics and all these things. Like, hey, we can see what players are betting on what, and we can see if they're betting or not. Right. So like that's not good. Speaking of gambling, I am for gambling. I'm not for gambling on your sport because it's illegal and it's not right. But I am for gambling, but our guy has not been very hot. Our guy went from being hot to being ice cold.
Speaking of, just y'all take a look at Kevin Durant's latest tweet if you ever get a chance.
What do you do? What you say?
Somebody tweeted at him
Hey,
last
Katie
night.
ain't scared to throw that shit
Oh
out
no!
there.
Somebody tweeted at him last
Keyboard
night
warrior.
about like he used to be prosecuted for his performance last night, and he basically went at him. He was like, "Yeah, things are different when those
When them parlays don't hit. This is for years of slander from NBA fans. I'm grateful I have this much power. Fuck you, Katie.
Hey, Katie ain't scared, bro.
I'm like, you're terrible.
Katie is not scared, but it is different. Hey, you know what? He bet $1,500 on 3-6 or nah,
Calvin
Ridley
Yeah,
bet
yeah.
$1,500 on a 3-team, 16, and 18 parlay. If this man hits that, he's getting a nice little. He's getting his paycheck,
Bro.
But that shows you how much he doesn't understand gambling. Because hey, dude, if you're gonna go and bet $1,500, let's not bet on parlays.
Time out.
Because parlays are hard to hit.
First off, let's really go break it. Look, I get it. He's just gambling. Like
We're doing it. We're gonna get into
It's
this.
really, it's really not that big of a deal. Like whatever. But gambling inside your sport could get real.
When you're playing.
It could get real muddy real quick, right? When you're playing, right?
Right.
So the only thing is once again, you're gambling. That's going on. But what's the bigger gamble? Hey, if I do get caught right here, like just the slots, what could happen? I don't know because it's not a thing. And so what happened was you got the year-long suspension.
What happened?
Well, you just lost $11 million.
11 mil.
So was that $1,500 gamble?
Hey, but
worth
he's gonna
it?
be healthy though. He's gonna
Talk
be
about
healthy.
gamble.
He's getting healthy. He's gonna be real
Like, you get what I'm
healthy.
saying?
LOL.
Well, yeah, did you see
He
what
LOL'd the
said?
tweet.
Yeah, he's like, well, that's fine. I'll just heal up throughout the year. I'll be real healthy when I come back in 1 year. But Mikey, as a man who hates to buy points, as a man who hates the juice, that might be the worst juice
hate
of
to
all
buy
time.
points.
15 mil. What was it? 15 million.
100.
Yeah,
100 for
100.
11 mil.
Yeah, I'm a wager 15 million for.
I don't know what the odds
11
were.
million
You
for
deserve a year-long
1,500.
punishment for that.
That's like betting on the biggest favorite of all. That's UConn women's
Yeah,
basketball
that's
during
bad
the
juice.
run.
That's
Yeah.
a bad juice. The bookies licking his
Yeah,
chops. He's like,
it could happen.
You saw this bet and he was like, oh, thank God. It's a donation.
Let's go.
Hey, this is a donation. This isn't a bet.
Christmas came early.
Go. MLB has more meetings, right now going on. Hopefully that has breaking news. And then my personal life is
In shambles.
No, not in shambles. My personal life has a lot going on right now for my career, and there's things on the fire and things are hot now. So I'm in the middle of making a decision on where I want to go and the opportunity I want to take. I will not say names. I will not say teams. I will not say any of these things. But then good things are happening. It's just a very stressful.
It's the unknown.
It's the unknown. You don't know where we're going to be. You don't know what we're trying to do. You don't know what's going to happen with MLB. I do know that I have opportunity, and now you just got to pick the best opportunity for me to get back to the major league. So that is, we'll get into that and kind of get in what goes into that decision.
Go, Mikey.
Hey, nothing's happened yet. I haven't signed anything yet. I haven't signed
Nice
anything yet.
guys.
Nothing has been signed. Nothing has been agreed to. It's just been offered.
If there's paper sliding, that's a good thing.
Yes. Well, I think now it's virtual paper.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you get the paper. I'm
Fax
not
it over.
there. Hey,
Yeah.
here's the
Do we have
paper.
a
Like,
fax machine?
hey, how's this offer?
Hey, here's the paper. You open the paper.
Yeah.
It's blank.
That doesn't make sense. Hey,
You know what
can
we're doing here.
Can you e-sign this thing, please, on your phone?
PDF it over.
But I guess let's start with the NFL. I know we've talked a little bit about Calvin Ridley. I was trying to get through all of the points that we had. It's a big show. We have a lot of things to talk about, but free agency is wild in the NFL right now. You have franchise tags. You have people assuming things. You have Aaron Rodgers, who's been the talk of the NFL, the talk of sports. You hear all these people on mainstream media trying to push their own narrative, say this, say that. Like, hey, dude, first of all, he has not signed anything. So can we please stop saying, all right, hey, I heard from my source that he signed a 4-year, $200 million deal with $153 million guaranteed, and the guy that you're talking about is literally texting his friend who is in the media and saying that is not true. I did agree that I am going back to Green Bay, but I did not sign for that. So can we just stop being first and stop trying to be first and start trying to just report what's going on? Because what's going on is you do that, and now this man's getting trashed in the media for 4 days because he's being greedy, and that's not even the numbers of the terms that's going on. Like, he understands why he's coming back. He wants to win, and he needs the salary. They're already over the salary cap. He needs the deal to be cap friendly so they can go and sign his friend who's a left tackle who protects him, and his friend who's the best receiver in the NFL who's on the outside, and he has to get franchise tags, and other guys that you have to surround him with so that you can win the Super Bowl and stop losing in the NFC Championship game. Like, he understands that, so he's not going to go take all of the money from the team. But he is going back to Green Bay. Jordan Love is crying at home right now because he's like, well, shit, I don't know what's going to happen with me because they drafted me. How do you say his last name?
Gutekunst.
Gutekunst.
Just the G.
Yeah, that's the G.
Is there, and he's like, well, I drafted this guy to be the quarterback of the future, but now this guy, we have the 4-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, we can't let him go. And now he basically runs the organization, which he should. And he's got a lot going on, right? So then you have that, which I think is good. I think it's the right move for Green Bay, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
You
If you have him, you have a
bring back
shot.
your guy, no doubt. Like, you bring back your guy, which means you definitely bring back Devontae Adams. And everybody else is happy, which definitely means you bring back your left tackle, who are all best friends.
They can draft Olave.
Now you go, you go
projections.
draft another receiver. But I like the other 2 receivers they have. But
Lazard.
you draft another
Unless
like
they're trading up, he ain't lasting that long, brother.
Olave.
That's plenty.
Yeah, with that combine he just
Well,
put
dude,
in,
they have 3 receivers on Ohio State that could be in the first round this year.
With the combine he just put
I'm
up.
with you.
Yeah,
4-3.
I'm with you. He's a baller.
Flying.
Flying.
He ain't gonna be.
He's been there. He was supposed to be a first rounder last year.
Yeah.
Went back again. He's gonna be a first rounder this year. Like
he made money this year.
You burn.
no doubt. And that's hard.
Endless,
That's
guys.
hard to do is to turn
As a-
down
as
first
a-
round
yeah, yeah,
money
and make
in
money.
football and come back and do it
make
again and be better and to make money.
And
That's
to have stayed healthy to like pretty much the whole year too. So that's
Trey White, yeah, true. But was Trey White a first rounder?
He was a first rounder that his junior year, for sure.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a late first rounder, but he still ended up being a late first rounder.
yeah.
I mean, but he's the best cornerback, one of the best cornerbacks in the league now. Nobody talks about.
I think it's safe to
Buffalo.
say Olave like literally jumped 10+ spots though.
I'm with you.
Got someone.
I'm with you, especially because the draft class last year, the receiver draft class was pretty solid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Olave wasn't
That's
going
what I'm
to
saying.
jump.
Like, I think it's safe to say he jumped a good.
He wasn't going to jump Jamar Chase
No.
last year.
No, he
right?
wasn't. Yeah, like that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, I guess the Broncos aren't really going to do much in free agency now.
No.
They didn't do anything. They didn't make any splash moves or anything.
They couldn't get Rodgers. They
couldn't get their guy. Like, it was a loss.
The real question was,
it's been a loss for them.
The real question was Russ a contingency plan?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think
was he 1A or was he 1B?
I don't think so. I think he was 1A.
He was 2.
I don't think so. I think that Aaron Rodgers was gonna either retire or go back to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I think Russell Wilson. Apparently, there are 12 teams that were in on Russell Wilson. Of course, like who else? Who wouldn't call and say, "Hey, this guy's not happy. This guy wants to get out of there." Who would not call on a all-pro quarterback, right? Granted, he didn't have a great season last year, but people would be stupid not to just entertain the idea like, hey, what will you need to get for us to get him? Obviously, they need a lot because Denver just got down on their knee and said, hey, here is our future.
Literally.
Take it from us.
But on the other side of it, Seattle absolutely needed every bit of that.
They need it. Now our boy Stewie here is very against that because he thinks that Seattle stinks at drafting people because they've only drafted.
They have. No, they've been bad. No, they've been bad. No.
I'm not disagreeing.
They've been bad. I agree with that.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I mean, what else are they going to do?
Exactly. I'm not disagreeing.
They were.
I'm not disagreeing with you saying that they have been bad because they have been. But you have 2 first rounders, which this year you have now they get the number 9 overall pick this year, which I think they're going to go and draft, and I think we're all, not all of us in consensus, but a lot of us in here think they're going to go draft Malik Willis. Right? I think they're going to go that because I feel like he's seamlessly.
I mean, it's hard to imagine they're just saying, Drew Lock, you're our future.
No.
Right? Like,
Drew Lock's not
There's
the
a
future.
bridge. You can have Lock for a year. And
You have Lock for a year, maybe.
Right?
Maybe what's going to happen is it's going to be the Drew Lock is going to be their version of Matt Flynn, just cheaper.
Yeah.
Hey, we went and got Matt Flynn from Green Bay. We signed him to this free agent deal. He's going to be our guy that we think, we're going to go and draft Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson comes in and realizes, this guy's a baller.
Yeah.
We're going to start him. He's going to take us to the Super Bowl. That's what they're probably going to try to hope to do with Malik Willis. Hey, we're going to get Drew Lock. He's good enough to start and maybe do some good things. We're going to draft Malik Willis, and then they're going to realize, Malik's probably a baller. We're going to start him. And now he's going to be – that's what they're hoping for, obviously. Now, you still got to hit on your other first-rounder because you get 2 first-round picks this year now.
Yeah.
So you should hit on your other first-rounder.
2 seconds this year, too, though.
And they have 2 seconds this year. And they got 2 first-rounders next year and 2 second-rounders next year, too. So they have picks. You just can't miss on them. You have got to – you do this, you get rid of Russell Wilson to get all of this, you're getting put in a position where, you know what, okay, we have got to – you'd have to really trade much other than Russell Wilson in a 4th rounder, But you got all these picks. You got Noah Fant, who's a stud, and you have opportunity to say, okay, we don't have to like say rebuild. We have an ability to reload. You just can't miss on those picks. Wow. On the other end of it, Denver Broncos offense is going to be scary.
The real question is just how fast is it going to come together? Is it going to be out the gate? Halfway through the year 2. When's it actually come together?
I would assume that the chameleon, who is Russ Wilson, has been on the phone and he's been getting these guys rallied around and
they're about to have Camp Russell somewhere.
Yeah, Camp Russell is happening right now somewhere. Maybe Sierra has got some area that she owns because Sierra.
If y'all want to do it, if you want to come in here and record a song, you can do that.
Hey, you can watch my wife record her music, and we can go play out there, and we can go throw routes and have some fun, and I can act cool and wear my cool chains and my cool stuff.
Wait, what version of Russell Wilson are we? Is he going to start smoking pot because he's in Denver now? Is he going to be like, you can own a skateboard shop.
I think
he just came from Seattle. What do you mean start?
Yeah, it's legal.
He might have been doing it already.
Oh, they're doing like psychedelics up there. I don't know, but he's like.
No, Seattle was like one of the first places to like legalize it.
I know, but they want to legalize mushrooms up there too, so they're definitely on the forefront of doing drugs. But Russell always, you called him a chameleon. I think that's exactly right. Like, wherever he goes, he kind of, like, morphs into some version of Russell Wilson we've never seen before. He looks like Prince for a reason. Then he's, like, the straight-laced guy that looked like a baseball player.
Now he looks like a linebacker.
Now he looks like a linebacker.
Huge right now.
And now he can't say Go Hawks anymore. That was his thing. So, I don't know. Like,
Go Broncos don't sound as good either.
Yeah,
you
talk
Bronx.
Bronx.
We have
Pony up.
You know what I'm excited
That's
for?
what Calvin Ridley says.
You go through the list. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I was trying to get my thoughts out, and that was great.
Gonna run away
That
from
got
it.
That got to me a little later than I thought, but it got to me. It got through my ear holes, and I got it to my brain a little bit. But if we go down the list of receivers in Denver, you have Jerry Jeudy, who's a stud, obviously. You have Cortland Sutton, who I think's a baller. You have Tim Patrick.
Coming year 2 off of the ACL.
Off his ACL, so like he's even better.
Yeah.
You have Tim Patrick, who signed a extension, who's really good, and you have KJ Hamler.
Which honestly, man, Tim Patrick might end up going back to being the 4th too, which is crazy.
And KJ Hamler's because KJ Hamler's built for that slot role.
That slot, take your top off, he can do it all right there.
You also got your friend.
There you go.
Deontay is returning punt, so we can get a little inside info. Like, hey, how's Russ's how's his personality?
There you go.
You know, you gotta bring your personality every day. You gotta be the same guy. How's his personality? How's his guy? How's his vibe? Is he what you see on TV, or is he different behind the scenes? And I'm anxious to.
You're about to hear some stuff in Seattle. Once someone gets traded, then all the beat writers drop the stories you never wanted to hear. I was reading some stuff.
The real question is, when it comes to Russ, is like, is he gonna go to Denver and then tell like management, like, hey man, if we play music here, we can't play Future.
Can't play Future. Hey, the last time they played Future, I lost the playoff game, so we can't do that.
Future wasn't allowed in Seattle, so is it now he can't be in Denver anymore?
You know why?
You ever heard those stories?
Future. Okay, yeah, that's why. But visiting teams would play Future over the loudspeakers.
That's awesome.
when he was warming up.
I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what I've heard from close sources, and I'm like almost positive it's true. The Carolina year where they lost in the Super Bowl, Cam's MVP year, that divisional playoff game where Seattle went there and got absolutely smacked. The entire pregame they played a Future mixtape.
Yep.
On the loudspeaker in the stadium.
They're just right
it was
there.
like it was like a mixtape that had just came out.
Because they found
I forget
out,
which one it was, but it was that's what
they found out that Russ did not allow Future to be played at Seahawks.
Like Seahawks practice. You know how Seahawks are like big and like playing music at practice stuff?
No Future.
That's awesome.
No Future, but they played it and it got in his head, got in his dome, domed him up, baby.
Well, Andy, if you're a Broncos,
There's so many articles on that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big deal. If you're a Broncos fan, you don't even have to.
See what I'm saying?
He won't talk Future even on the Manning cast.
Yeah. See?
It's that touchy.
But if you're a Broncos fan, you don't even have to buy a new Russ jersey. You just get the tape out, put the old Wilson on the back. Russell, because they're both number 3. Drew Lock's gone. Yep. Just trade the jersey out.
Hey,
you don't even have to. We don't have to buy a new one.
There you go.
Just get the
Just
old
put the
Sharpie
tape
out.
on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is yours.
I don't know. Denver's gonna be good though. Like Denver's going to be a problem.
Does Von Miller go back?
That's what I was saying. Von Miller's a free agent again. Did Denver say, "Oh, we're gonna trade you, get something for Von Miller, and also get him back in free agency"? Because their defense was still good when he left.
Yeah.
And the Broncos didn't really have the greatest quarterback play last year, but they were still in contention for the postseason for most of the year.
The offense was painful.
Yeah, they don't make this move unless they thought they were a quarterback away.
Oh, they're there.
Right? That's why they think the same thing, that they saw their potential, and if you're able to get
same
a
thing
Russell
with
Wilson,
it's the same concept with Peyton Manning.
right?
Same deal. Except Peyton Manning, you just paid because he's a free agent. He got cut from
Indy.
It's just crazy to me. He got cut, but I understand why. He got cut from Indy, so he signs a free agent deal with Denver, and they win the Super Bowl. And
his spine fell
so
on his back.
Yeah, and then he played he broke the record for touchdown passes in a season, and then he couldn't move his neck, and
then his wife got steroids.
His wife?
Yeah.
That's a different subject.
Yeah.
They got HGH, but he got delivered to his wife, so he didn't get in trouble.
All right.
Just,
that was for his wife.
Yeah, it was for his wife. Yeah, he stuck it right in his forehead.
Botox.
Do you think
that's the next thing you need?
Win the March Madness.
That old at-home Botox, baby.
Do you think Russ will be a freak?
In the
I mean,
what do you mean?
He had
Wait,
a
what do you
tough,
mean free?
like
Sierra?
back. No, not that free, but like prime Russell Wilson scrambling because
I think
last
he'll be
year,
good. I think Russ will be good. I think he's gonna be back to old Russ over there.
because I know he had the finger injury, and that's probably the worst injury. You can
I don't
ever
think he
Now
ever really
it's-
left, if I'm being completely honest. I just don't think they were very good at it.
But he wasn't scrambling as much, and without him causing havoc in the pocket, I mean,
Because their O-line was
DK can't
doo-doo.
be happy.
Yeah, he can't be. That's tough.
or Lockett,
Or Lockett. Lockett can't be happy because Lockett wouldn't get a ton of targets,
unless the bombs.
but he was getting the because no matter what you can say about Russ throws one of the best deep balls in the game. Maybe the best deep ball
I
in the
think
game.
it's the best.
The moon ball.
Him and
Locke is probably not that mad
Him and Carr.
because Drew is not afraid to just be like, fuck it.
oh yeah, he's a gunslinger, but he's not very good at
Not
it.
very good, but he'll throw it.
Do y'all think that they are married to Drew Lock?
No,
In
God,
Seattle?
no
I think they're going
chance.
to get rid of him
No
too.
shot.
no,
They're going to have to
married
leverage
No
these
shot.
picks to try to get a quarterback. Which why
I think Malik.
I think even if
you
he-
get the ninth pick, you don't have to leverage. I think you just draft the quarterback. with the
I
ninth
think
pick
they
in the draft.
personally are sitting there like, I mean, we got him. We're probably going to have to play him. Please don't have a great year because we're probably going to draft. a
Hey,
quarterback.
how good is the NFC? I mean, AFC West quarterback
Room.
not room
Or
but
ranker.
team. With teams worth, you have Carr, who's but he was good, worst quarterback in the league.
He's the best. No, he's
No,
the
in the group, in that division, in that
whoa,
division. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whoa,
In that
That's a
division.
bold statement. Yeah, so he's the worst, but he's good.
Baker Mayfield's the worst quarterback.
You got
Don't put
you
the
got
camera on
Derek
me.
Carr. Now you have Russell Wilson. Who else is in that division?
Herbert.
You have Justin Herbert
Mahomes.
and Patrick Mahomes.
Fuck.
Whoa.
And you got Derek Carr because he's.
It's Cardinals. Yeah.
Hey, I will say this: Derek Carr throws some moon balls too, though. He throws a good deep ball too, and very bad hair.
He's just the best at being the worst in his division.
Very, very, very
All
bad hair.
oiled
Like, what are we
up.
doing with that? Little
I don't
nappy
know.
fro that too
I don't
high,
know,
too
dude.
poofy on the sides that like doesn't do.
He looks like a wet bandit.
yeah, it's weird.
He looks like
Very
the
weird.
from Home Alone. That's what he's turning into. He looks like the wet bandit, the tall one.
Well, then you got Javonte Williams in the backfield for Denver. He's solid. He's great. He had a good rookie year. Then Melvin Gordon's not there anymore, right?
Backup. Backup.
He's still a
player.
free agent.
I don't think he's a free agent. I think he's still there.
But they have a bunch. There's, I mean,
Good
outside
defense.
like that was their free agent move. Obviously, was getting Russell Wilson. I don't think they really have any other pieces that they need to go out and get.
Can they
maybe,
beat the Chiefs though?
Maybe, huh?
You think they can beat the Chiefs though?
I mean, maybe was Russell Wilson there? Maybe.
Did they beat the Chiefs one time last year?
Chiefs don't have a really good defense.
Well, the Chiefs were the second half of the season last year. They're the best defense in the league.
2 years in a row, they've done the same thing. Literally, they've been
But
awful.
that's
to
a
start.
perfect
And then
segue.
the, like, second
That's a
half.
perfect segue because Tyron's not there. Tyron's a free agent.
Yeah.
I think Tyron's a big reason why the defense was so good is because of what him and his leadership, and he's been
If he
very
leaves
vocal.
that team will be a lot different.
He's been very vocal, yeah, exactly. And he's been very vocal in free agency, basically saying, "Hey, I want the headset in my helmet. I want to be the general on defense," which he's deserved. He's earned that right. He's deserved that. Like he has been the best safety. He's been a leader. He's been the best safety. I think he's very intelligent and smart. X's and O's on football on the field and like understands how everything's. They're trying to attack him, how to get the guys in the right position, and the guys listen to him. There's been a lot of smoke about Tyrann Mathieu coming to New Orleans, coming back home to NOLA, playing for the Saints, which I'm all for. I think it'd be great. But here's my question. I asked this to the guys before the show. I was like, listen, you go through the top 100 list of free agents, right? And the top 2 free agents on that list are Teron Armstead, New Orleans, and Marcus Williams, New Orleans.
Yep.
6th on that list is Tyrann Mathieu, which 6 is, I mean, obviously the 6th best free agent. My question to you is, take off your purple and gold glasses, I love Tyrann. He's my favorite player in the NFL. I think he's awesome. I would love for him. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but would you rather have Marcus Williams or Tyrann Mathieu in the defensive backfield in free agency? I mean, that's a tough question. Marcus Williams younger.
I mean, I said, what are we talking? Like, you realize he's only at the 2 spot because of age, right? Like, it's not necessarily.
I'm with you.
Like, they're literally. It's not necessarily a this year. It's a this year and outlook further. If you ask me,
I agree
about why he's higher than Tyrann.
I agree, but as a defense, though, like you're not really like Marcus Williams was very, very good, but you're not losing really anybody else on that defense, you know. So you kind of mix and you just
take Marcus Williams out and you put Tyrann Mathieu in there as a safety, and it's like, well, okay, now you're adding a little bit more leadership because he's older. Yeah, can you imagine?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Tyrann and Demario Davis saying,
Wait, just correct me if I'm wrong. Let me just ask you this question. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, I'll correct you.
The Saints 3 years in a row, the heartbreak endings of the seasons, right?
Yep.
Now I'm asking this because I don't know if I'm wrong.
I know where you're going.
Was it Marcus Williams in Minnesota that didn't make the tackle or the pick or whatever one?
Tackle.
Was it Marcus Williams at home 2 years ago?
The offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference? Now my question is, do you see that happening if it's Tyrann? Maybe the pass interference,
Oh, he's making that tackle.
but he's making that pick or that tackle.
He's making the tackle.
Give me Tyrann.
I like that. Marcus Williams is great. He's unbelievable. I'm not saying there's a white right.
I'm not, and this is not me downing Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
Is at all, like literally at all.
But the game-changing winning plays, Super Bowl winning plays, like Tyrann's going to make. I am a pro Tyrann guy. I would love to have Tyrann Mathieu finish his career in New Orleans. How awesome would that be?
Well, you see what CD Deuce said? Did you see them going back and
Yeah.
forth on Twitter? He tagged him. He's like, get him to New Orleans, and while he's here, give him 7. So you imagine how quickly that jersey would sell out in New Orleans. That would be the number one selling jersey.
That gives me
in
kind
the-
of chills over right there. Like, damn, that'd be sick. I'd have one.
And
I'm
also,
not even a jersey guy.
I would also love it because like it's
It's a full circle.
well, not just full circle. I mean, yeah, but like New Orleans never has homegrown players on the team hardly.
No.
Especially not stars there.
Right.
Like, so it'd be cool to finally see like that kind of happen. Like that hasn't been a thing there for a long
And I think
time.
would be really cool because like the story of Tyrann Mathieu is very well documented, right? He was at LSU. He had some issues. He got kicked off of the team. Goes to the NFL. Balls out in the combine. Gets to the NFL. Does his thing. Changes his life. Comes back and he's super pro LSU. Like the biggest LSU fan out there has verbally and been very vocal about saying, "I want to be the head coach at LSU at one day."
Yeah.
I'm going to go there and I'm going to win national championships. I want to do this. And he has been the model of consistency in the NFL. He has been who's the
Walter Payton man.
Walter
of the year.
Payton man of the year. Like he has completely changed his image, right? And like he's a good person. And I think he was a good person when he was at LSU. He was just young.
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing anything awful. He was just got into some issues and like whatever, right? Changed it. I think it would be awesome for him to come full circle, makes his entire career in the NFL, goes back to New Orleans where he's from, wins the Super Bowl in New Orleans, changes like the mentality of basically the city. I don't want to say changes the city, but like people are gonna look. He's gonna be a voice and a face of New Orleans. That's inevitable. Right? He already is, and he's not there. But when he's actually there playing, like he's even gonna be more of a voice. Then he goes out there, cements his legacy, does all this stuff. And then it's an easy transition to being a head coach at LSU.
So I mean, and I guess that's my other point too when it comes to the Marcus Williams and or him. Like Marcus is a great player. I'm not even. I'm not sure. It's he's not a leader of that team right now, right? Like he's not the voice in that defense.
Imagine a shit talk from those guys.
Hey, imagine if you not just from the one in the middle. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
the-
I love CD Deuce.
Hey, just looking at him now. I know why him and Mike Thomas was fighting in practice. Like he don't shut up, bro.
Almost said Michael Scott.
Hey, he don't shut up, bro. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to like Marcus Williams. Like Marcus Williams is a great player, like really, really, really good player. Demario Davis is the voice of that defense.
Right.
Malcolm Jenkins was the voice of that defense.
Right.
Lattimore was the voice of that defense. Tyrann's a leader as well.
No doubt.
He's going to step in there in day one and be a voice of that
He brings
defense.
more to the team than just on-field stuff.
And now it's not just that. He's the voice of the city now,
Yes.
which becomes the voice of the state now.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's just a bigger impact. I'm sorry. It's
Huge
just a-
impact. And that's
it's
and
just a
to
bigger
me,
impact.
that's what it looks like he wants to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't just want to impact on-field stuff. He wants to impact more than that. He wants his reach to be more than just his teammates and more than just the opponents that he plays. He wants it to be an entire city, an entire state, and I love that. I respect that because I love Louisiana. I'm born and raised here. I'm not leaving Louisiana. I love it here. And the fact that you have somebody that has been, Louisiana, being from Louisiana, all of us, like we like our own, like our own kind. Like we're from Louisiana. You're Louisiana.
Well, because if you're
like,
from Louisiana, you know
get it.
what makes Louisiana.
You
as the
understand
people.
it.
Like
and
that's
to have Tyron, like, to me, is Louisiana, right? Like, he has all of the characteristics that you like from Louisiana and you respect. He has the edge. He has all of the stuff that makes Louisiana so special. And the fact that he can go back to New Orleans, I think that would be awesome. A no-brainer. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know. I know he wants his money, but I wouldn't be surprised if he said, you know what, I'll take a little bit of a discount to go there.
He's 29. What do you think? He's looking for a 4-year deal?
I think he's looking. I think he's looking
going to
first.
finish his career.
I think he's probably. If I had to guess, I think he's probably looking first to see what are y'all doing at quarterback first.
Yeah.
I think honestly, and the more I think about this we're getting some good free agent segues, but the more I think about it, is the more maybe Jameis is the guy.
Bro, I'm
on Jameis. I do like Jameis.
Been on the Jameis thought for a while.
I thought my list was if we can get Rodgers or Russell Wilson, obviously they're the top two, but underneath them, Jameis. Like Jameis over Teddy, Jameis over all the other free agent quarterbacks they have. Like, to me, that is the guy. Jameis over Daniel Jones, who did
the only little bit of take back I guess I have from Jameis now is either did Sean think we couldn't get him back again this year, or did Sean think it wasn't enough for him to say, let me stay? That's the only little bit of the only take back I have of Jameis.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love the idea of it. Or was it Sean just said, hey, I'm playing chess. I take a year off or whatever it is, and I have a better situation somewhere else.
I think that may be it. I think Sean Payton did everything he was going to do in New Orleans. I think he was ready for a change.
Like I was here for 15.
Yeah.
I won one here.
Yeah.
I've
changed the culture.
I've changed it there.
Yeah.
I will forever be revered there. Let me go do somewhere else.
Yeah.
If that's where it is, I'm cool with it. And then I don't really have any takebacks with Jameis.
No, I just hope.
I just wish he would have been here with Sean.
Yeah, me too.
No,
I think
that's all I need.
Look, maybe Carmichael. Oh, there we go. We got the tweet up there.
Oh yeah.
There you go. See you dudes. Might as well break the news. Come back to the crib. Give him 7. I would love that. Look, and he said, "My boy, he's in there."
Hey, if you want to go follow,
Harold Perkins.
Harold Perkins got it in there.
Harold Perkins sliding in there because he knows it. Harold Perkins from here.
Yes,
he knows.
indeed.
He gets it. Hey, instantly getting tired on the team. Instantly, just first of all, that defense at New Orleans has all the swag in the world. Putting Tyron on there, just. Dude, that is a jolt to everything.
Trip down to LSU.
Oh yeah.
I think he's down here a lot.
Tyron may get a helicopter and go back and forth from Baton Rouge.
He's down here a lot.
He may live in Baton Rouge and go back and forth. No, you just don't go when it's foggy.
Where's what gate did you try to take down? We can't go back there.
Huh?
Where was he in Baton Rouge that he tried to run the gate down? That's what got him in trouble. I'm just saying, keep him out of there.
What gate?
I think
Towers.
I think all that's past it.
That's
I'm just saying,
it's
that's
not
the only
even
place
in the
he's not
rear view
welcome.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's like
Southgate Towers.
it's like if you were in the rear view, like it didn't win.
Oh, it's Jimmy Butler. There is no rear view.
It's gone.
Oh,
That's not even a thing.
Chris Godwin got franchised by the Bucks.
Yeah.
It ruined
That's
my
a
forehead.
that's a
This
what's
thing
that?
ruined my.
Look at it, ruined my forehead.
Manning.
Look at that.
Well, you're wearing you have the thing pulled up.
Do you have a hat on or a football helmet?
That's right. Oh, right, Peyton Manning.
Chris Godwin, I think he's going to get. I think that, well, at least what I read from the sources that I don't have, that are not my sources, but the sources on ESPN and all of the other pundits, they are talking about Chris Godwin got franchised by the Bucks, and they're talking about he's going to sign a multi-year deal. He'll end up signing an extension, which is great. I think that's that's necessary for him. Like that's necessary for them to get done. I think he is
Beast.
He's a baller. I think obviously Mike Evans is so under. People don't get
Slept
him enough.
on.
Every year he's been in the NFL, he's got 1,000 yards receiving. Every single year. And for some reson people think that he's not that good.
Because it's just not sexy. But
He's a Hall of Famer.
But he's a dude, bro.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
He's a dude.
He's gonna be a Hall
It's
of Famer.
reliable, yeah.
It's crazy.
Him and Godwin would have 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and that'd be great. Now they have to find a quarterback. There's a lot of teams out there that need to find quarterbacks. I don't know if there's enough.
There's never enough. That's why they're so highly sought after.
Yeah, I think that's what the Broncos just proved. I think they went all in to be able to go grab a guy because that is the hardest thing to get in
the draft.
Probably all of sports. not just the NFL. I think the hardest position to find is a quarterback, and you leverage everything that you have to go get one if you think your team is a piece away, which is when we talk about who won the trade. I feel like the Broncos did, because it is hard to find somebody like a Russell Wilson that you can plug and play, and now automatically that changes your odds to win the Super Bowl drastically.
Yeah, but they don't have any more of those. Like who?
Quarterbacks.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't. That's why they had to give so much of what they have, so
I
much draft
understand
capital,
that for sure. But
because there's only a limited
what
amount
is
of them.
what are they gonna what is Tampa gonna do? Are they gonna say, hey, you know what? We're gonna go out there and we're gonna go try to re-sign Jameis? I don't think Jameis is going back there. Bruce Arians does not like Jameis Winston.
Trade for Jimmy G. I mean,
I think it's the other way around, probably even more. I think Jameis doesn't like Bruce.
Probably both ways. They probably don't like each other. Like they don't fit. It's not a good fit. I understand that, but I mean, do they go out and get Danny Dimes? Because Danny Dimes didn't get his 5th year, right? He's a free agent, isn't he?
I don't know if he's a free agent. I mean, I saw the Giants are looking for Mitch Trubisky now.
I love Mitch Trubisky.
I feel like
I think Mitch is good.
I feel like Jimmy G is going to either land in Pittsburgh or Tampa. That's what I feel like.
Listen, I don't mind Jimmy G. I mean Jimmy G. I don't really like Jimmy G, but I don't mind
Mitch
Trubisky.
I think a year sitting was really good for him. I'd be interested to see.
I do, and I think
I
he
can
was
see him in Tampa.
I don't mind him in New Orleans, but I don't mind him in New Orleans. I don't. But I'm not saying he's better than Jameis. I'm not saying I'd pick him. But like if you said, hey, we're gonna sign Mitch Trubisky, I'd be okay with that. I think Mitch Trubisky is not. I think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he's better than a lot of. There's some stars out there. I think he's better than
Mitch over Jameis.
No, I still think I would take Jameis. Jameis won for not just talent on the field, but Jameis has been in the system in New Orleans. Like he understands the guys around him. He understands the people that are there. He understands the city, right? People fell in love with him, and he was given an opportunity to go reinvent himself there, and he did it. So I think he would be
agent.
No.
I think that Tampa situation for Jameis was way worse than what people think it was.
The what?
Tampa situation for Jameis.
Oh yeah.
I think
Jameis.
Guidance. Well, yeah, I was about to say I think he had some growing to do as a person there, and he literally didn't really leave where he went to college at, so everything was right there for him. Like it was too, it was just a lot of distractions for him to go out there and do what he needed to do in Tampa.
I'm with you. There's a lot. I think there's a couple backups that are going to end up being starters again.
What about a Kirk Cousins trade? Did you see a team making a trade? No, I mean, not the Saints, but a team making that splash right now, because it's so hard to get a quarterback in the draft right now. You're starting to see the trend. It's fuck the picks. I might as well just get a quarterback because I waste 3 years.
Is it the
Commanders?
The Commanders are probably mad they got rid of Kirk.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think anyone who has Kirk is like happy, but I think it's very hard. I know, but I think it's very hard to trade for Kirk just off of. Go look at his playoff stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But like, if you got him, you're like, all right, this is a good quarterback and get us for. Hopefully, you do something.
Would you take him or Jimmy G?
Boys,
Would I take Kirk or Jimmy G?
Kirk. I'm looking at this free agent.
Probably Kirk, because I just don't. Jimmy G.
He just tore his shoulder.
He doesn't stay healthy.
Yeah,
he's out every year.
I'm looking at this free agent list. There's a lot of really good players that are free agents right now.
No, it's unreal.
DJ Chark's a free agent.
Yeah,
every year. Dude.
Allen Robinson's probably the most slept on free agent. I mean, he was played in Chicago, which was a dumpster
That's
fire.
the football motto, though, bro. You backload the contract, whack them before they finish the contract, and now it's cheaper for you.
I mean, you have
the center from Bucks is good. I can't remember his name.
And you got a bunch. Harold Landry already signed with. He signed back with the.
Yeah.
And you got Mike Williams signed that big deal with the $60 million. The $60 million deal.
Yeah,
but they got cap to spend. They got the most cap in football.
Yeah, Saints don't, but the cap's fake. We've already discussed that.
Gymnastics.
We've already. Yeah, they play the salary cap gymnastics.
Just keep pushing the money back. Keep pushing it back.
Yep.
Pushing it back.
It's fake.
When it gets too expensive, hey man, see.
Yeah. Hey, we're just gonna release you. I'm sorry. We're just gonna keep going. You know what? We're just gonna put this 7 years down the road, and we're just gonna deal with it then. Okay, but we just gonna keep pushing it back. 50 years down the road, we're gonna look back at this like, damn, we are $105 million over the cap. Well, no, we'll just keep pushing back.
It's a future problem.
Keep going. Oh, look at you.
Gilmore's gonna get a good contract.
Yeah, I mean,
J.C. Jackson's a free agent.
J.C. Jackson's a free agent.
They're gonna let him walk too, right?
Huge.
Yeah, he already walked. He's a free agent.
There you go.
So there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot.
Allen Robinson, that's one I would be very.
I love Allen Robinson.
I would love to see what he would do somewhere with.
I love Allen Robinson.
Actually, I wouldn't even be mad if he went back there because Nagy's going now. So I'd love to see what he would do anywhere.
I think he wants to get.
No, he wants to get out, but I think Matt Nagy was a bigger problem than you think. God.
Allen Robinson's never had a quarterback a day in his life.
Nope.
He played Blake
you can
Bortles.
tell how
We
good he
can't
is.
say that, bro.
I don't know what he did in high school. I guess he
No.
could've been good.
What I mean by that is you can't say he's never had a quarterback. We literally just saw Justin Fields be very good for us, and then he goes there and he's not even a shell of himself. I can't help but think that that's got a lot to do with the guy that just got fired from there.
Yeah.
So we can't say he hasn't had a quarterback. I don't think he's had a very good coach that's been able.
was
to
He hasn't had
Oh.
he hasn't had a scheme that fits what he's in.
Yeah.
He's just been very good and has been the most out of where the situation he's been in.
He's dealt with Blake Bortles and Nagy.
Everybody-
how bad is
that's
the
what I-
Matt
control
Nagy
on
comes
that?
to Chicago, and every quarterback that played under him was literally a shell of what you thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that he hasn't had a quarterback.
Christian Hackenberg was his college.
Oh, Hackenberg. Number 1 quarterback in the country coming out of high school.
Oh, Hacking monster.
Former Jet.
Where'd he go to school?
Penn State.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner got released.
Yep.
That's the end of an era.
Yeah.
Russell's gone.
That's the
Wagner.
entire. The Legion of Boom's gone. They've
No,
been
that team-
gone,
that
but that
team's
was the
gone.
last one.
Team 3's
That
gone.
team's
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone.
Name someone from
out.
that team when they were winning.
They're
now.
gone.
They're gone. They're all out.
Everybody's
Ain't there no more.
everybody's gone.
Malcolm Butler broke that team. I was like reading articles about it after
Not
that.
Malcolm Brother. The play call broke that
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
No, but after that, they're
Daryl
like-
Bevel. What is this? That's who?
Yeah.
Was he the guy?
Yeah.
Good.
He
Good
broke that
nice.
team.
Good pull.
He broke
Nice
that
reference.
team.
The
Marshawn
tape-
should have had the
Hey,
rock.
just hand it off, dude.
But the tear it created, like in practice, they said some fucked up stuff to Russell Wilson, like stuff you couldn't take back. The defense,
team.
Why?
because there was a lot of reports I was reading this morning. There was a lot they wanted to prove.
Here
it
you go.
was
This is what I want you to
Russell's
get. This is the
team.
juicy stuff. You
This
got
is
the
the juicy
gossip.
stuff that's gonna get dumped because now he's gone. They wanted to prove that it was Russell Wilson's team, and then they give Marshawn the rock. They thought the defense carried him, so they wanted to prove it to Russell, and they threw that interception, and it created a huge rift in the
That's
defense.
not Russell's fault.
I know, but the defense was so hurt by that. I mean, they carried them. The defense carried them.
defense
It
was like,
so
all we had to
good.
do is just give it, and we
We
win.
just had to give it to him.
Yeah, there was a big narrative that came out
doubt.
after.
They went to Hawaii together
Yeah,
to try to
not
get the
even
rep.
that the reason that they didn't give it to Marshawn is because they wanted the NFL wanted Russell Wilson to win the MVP.
Yeah.
They didn't want Marshawn up there grabbing his nuts with the trophy in his hand
Right.
because
Back to back.
yeah, 'cause
Against the
that's what-
Saints.
yeah,
That's
what-
also against the Saints.
But I mean, you couldn't have a more like ready-made player on the goal line that you'd want to give the ball to in that situation than Marshawn. It makes no sense to run that play call there.
None.
So I think that there was a little bit of a narrative that they wanted Russell Wilson to be the face of the team, and that's what rubbed the defense the wrong ways. Because actually, it's the Legion of Boom that got us here,
Yeah,
and
it
Russell
did.
just threw a slant when he should have been handing the ball to Marshawn 4 times.
It was first
Should have let
down
Marshawn
too.
kiss another man in the face. Over. And over. And
and
over.
Then what happened? Did they get smacked by the Panthers the next year?
Who?
I think that was the next year.
The Seahawks. They won. They beat the Broncos. They blew them out. Lose to the Patriots.
Then they lost
They
the
meet
divisional
Cam.
round the next year, I think, yeah.
And then they kind of broke
Then
up.
it's
That was
been-
it.
Well, that's
yeah, it's
it.
been
I mean,
downhill
that's
since,
then you start. They started
Then
taking away
Cam
the defense
Chancellor
piece by-
retires.
piece by
then,
piece.
then Earl Thomas
Earl
kind of goes
Thomas was
cuckoo
there
bird.
It
later.
was in the threesome of his brother.
It
and
was
the gun.
Sherman. Sherman got out of there.
Then Sherman was gone, and now
Crabtree.
Bobby's gone, and
Legion of Boom though. They
Remember Cam Chancellor would jump the line and then block
over
punts?
the yes.
hey, I'll give you a quick story. This is real talk. My sophomore year
Did you
in
play
college.
against him?
Sophomore year in
Yeah.
college.
Cam Chancellor?
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, college game day. We're here. It's the funniest
Is that when
thing.
Keelan Williams had a
Yes.
big
Yeah,
game, right?
we blew him out. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely blew him out.
Probably
Right?
the best game LSU's played.
Wait,
like,
time
most
out.
complete. It was awesome.
Oh, it was great. It was like really good. So I remember, we're going through like I mean, it's Virginia Tech, but like we don't really know anything about Virginia Tech. We just knew that they were high ranked. We were highly ranked. Like I think it was 1-3 that game, right? I remember like second, third play of the game, I line up in the slot, and we were running like a run play like away. It was like to the other side, and I'm basically supposed to go dig out the safety, and I'm like, I get to the line, I look to I'm like, hey, I'm on the ball. Look at the safety. I'm like, bro, what is that light tower standing over there? I was like, it's not a safety. And I was like,
What was he 6'4"?
He's
Yeah,
6'3", 232.
and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fuck it, bro. You gotta
gotta go
get
there.
this.
Put your nose in
Hey,
there.
you gonna get this issue. I'm coming head first at you. I tried to cut him and I hit him and he like jumped back and took it. He was like, come on, dog, it's too early for that. I'm like, nah, dog. This is me. Not hitting you in the face.
I don't get many of these plays. I gotta do this shit. I can't get knocked in. I can't get knocked
I
in my
want all
ass.
your thighs. Come on.
First game of the year, it's like, this man out here trying to cut me.
Trying to end my season.
Bro, he was huge, bro. It was the funniest thing ever.
Bro, that defense was scary.
You forgot Brandon Browner was in Legion of Boom.
Yeah, and then he came to the Saints and he
Yep.
sucked.
Yeah.
That man committed more penalties.
More penalties.
Awful.
Guy was the grabbing king.
Yeah, because
He was Eli Apple before he was Eli Apple.
what Seattle did was they got the guys on defense that fit their scheme perfectly, right? Steve, Sherman was the cornerback who didn't have to play man coverage. He didn't have to cover the guy. He played better zone. He was a great cornerback, but he didn't have to. He didn't have to cover their best receiver
Here you go.
step for step.
I'll
And he had
draw-
Browner doing the same thing.
I'll draw some lines for you. I think LSU basketball defensively is trying to pull what Seattle's defense was able to pull off for so long,
Okay.
which is I'm gonna put my hands on you and I'm gonna be on you so much that sooner or later, like you just can't throw that
Yeah,
many
you just get
flags.
so
You
exhausted.
can't blow the whistle that much.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
like
throw
that.
that many flags. Just let the game
I
run.
like that. That's a good segue into the next conversation that we have to talk about LSU basketball. Let's turn it work that off, baby.
Get off.
Well, I'm learning. We're learning. We're doing this thing. We're rolling. Do we think LSU basketball? Well, first of all, let's get into this notice of allegation stuff. Right? I'm not as educated. Like they had a Jordy on the Jordy Clash show this morning. Had a big conversation about it. He's way more educated on this issue than I am. Right? I obviously know what's going on. I know that this has been an ongoing thing for the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
I know that they've been out to try to get Will Wade, make sure they're trying to make something stick. What this seems like and what this sounds like is they are basically saying, okay, this is the investigation that we had. These are all the information that we came up with, and we can't find anything else, so we're done. Finally, here's the notice of allegations. We're finally going to give you all of our stuff. I don't know what the next move for LSU is. I guess the next move for LSU would be saying, okay, cool, and just ignoring it and like going to like fighting this thing in court, because Louisville has proven to, like, what happened with Louisville shows you that you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I try to get goodwill with the NCAA. I'm gonna self-report. I'm gonna do this because maybe they'll give me a lighter sentence. No, they screwed Louisville on that. And the coach for Louisville and the athletic director for Louisville came out in their press conference and said, hey, everybody else is in this situation. Don't do what we did.
Yeah.
They lied to us. They didn't have any show of good faith. Like, don't fight this thing till the end of time. I'm like, okay, well, that's obviously what the next move for LSU is going to be. Don't y'all agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Will
You
Wade,
were there this morning, so you got more info.
Absolutely. I mean, Will Wade he's the reason that this is happening is because how staunch he's been in defending, or not admitting anything to the NCAA. So they're coming after him regardless of if they think it's a waste of money, waste of resources, whatever. They want to make an example of Will Wade because he's the one that kind of started the trend of saying, lawyer. Like he heard from Bruce Pearl whenever he first got popped, which was 4 years ago to the day that Pat Forte dropped the piece. So he's got.
Is it really?
Yeah. So he's got
Wow.
some. He's
Pat
got
Forte's out, has a vendetta.
100%. The NCAA is the one pushing this narrative of Pat Forte to right, it feels like. And so whenever they're trying to come after Will Wade, like 4 years ago when he was suspended for the last game because of the Javonte Smart thing, the man that came to his aid was Bruce Pearl.
Right.
The other guy who has beaten the show cause penalty for probably the only coach that's really successfully beat it.
Right.
And so he got Bruce Pearl's lawyer, and he's like, don't you fucking meet with the NCAA. Like, whatever you're about to do, don't go do that. Like, talk to me. And so Will Wade was on his way to campus to go meet with, like, LSU. LSU put this meeting together with Oliva and the NCAA, and they were all there to have a sit-down, and Will Wade's like, nope, not going. And so he pulled a reverse course, and ever since then, the NCAA has been that we've been made a fool of.
You do that? Do you remember? It was in November. The Oklahoma State basketball coach came out.
Mike
Do
Boynton.
not trust them. They
Was it
are
Oklahoma
rats.
State? I said Louisville. It was Oklahoma State. That's
Rick
my
Pitino,
bad.
It was 300.
Rick
Yeah,
Pitino,
Rick
got away
Pitino
with
had the
that.
issue, but
Those strippers. Whatever.
the Oklahoma State is the team that I'm
was
talking
nasty.
about.
That's Rick Pitino's
I'm sorry,
issue.
let me recant my statement and say Oklahoma State coach came out
It
and
was
said,
$300, and they reported it to the
Right, that's
NCAA,
right,
and they
it.
did everything right, and the NCAA was like, "Oh, this is fine," and they backstabbed them.
yeah,
So don't fucking listen to
yeah,
them.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was. Oh, it's my agent.
Take it on the air.
Live.
We're gonna take a little break right now and
Maybe
just
forever.
see what's going on.
It was a good show.
Hope we have some good info. Talk to y'all in a few minutes.
Are you ready to mute the mic?
Yes, please. Mic'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Active.
The Jordy Colada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Do you have questions about your finances? Are you looking for recommendations from a skilled financial advisor? Get in touch with our friend Daniel Newman over at Edward Jones. You can find him easily by logging online and shooting him an email at daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. That is daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. Whether it is help with your 401k or just fiscal advice heading into the new season, get in touch with Daniel today. Best way to do it? Email him, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. He's our experienced financial advisor. Let him be yours, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com.
The Jordy Colada Show is brought to you daily by Morales Roll-Offs. Morales Roll-Offs provides dumpster rentals for residential and commercial needs in Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. Morales has roll-off dumpsters ranging from 10 yards to 40 yards to accommodate all of your disposal needs. Search online, moralesrolloffs.com.
Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more. True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU, bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU, bluewater.com.
The Jordy Colada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU, bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU, bluewater.com.
Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mik'd Up. I want to talk a little bit about my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette. They're locally owned and operated for over 25 years. They have 13 locations, 4 in Opelousas, 5 in Lafayette, 1 in Broussard, 2 in Jennings, 1 in Crowley. They sell any type of car you could possibly find: Buicks, GMC, Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia, along with 5 pre-owned locations. They have over 1,500 cars in inventory on site. Unbelievable service, unbelievable people. If you're like me and you're on the go, they can sell and they can ship you cars up to 200 miles. Unbelievably convenient. Again, my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette, go to their website at saveatsterling.com. Awesome people, go check them out. Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mik'd Up. I want to talk a little bit about my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette. They're locally owned and operated for over 25 years. They have 13 locations, 4 in Opelousas, 5 in Lafayette, 1 in Broussard, 2 in Jennings, 1 in Crowley. They sell any type of car you could possibly find: Buicks, GMC, Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia, along with 5 pre-owned locations. They have over 1,500 cars in inventory on site. Unbelievable service, unbelievable people. If you're like me and you're on the go, they can sell and they can ship you cars up to 200 miles. Unbelievably convenient. Again, my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette, go to their website at saveatsterling.com. Awesome people, go check them out.
The Jordy Colada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Do you have questions about your finances? Are you looking for recommendations from a skilled financial advisor? Get in touch with our friend Daniel Newman over at Edward Jones. You can find him easily by logging online and shooting him an email at daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. That is daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. Whether it is help with your 401k or just fiscal advice heading into the new season, get in touch with Daniel today. Best way to do it? Email him, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com. He's our experienced financial advisor. Let him be yours, daniel.newman@edwardjones.com.
It's Mikey from Mik'd Up. Catch us live every Monday and Wednesday, 11 to 1. Talk gambling, talk sports, have a ton of guests in here, get a little perspective from the athlete side of it. We got Lloyd in the house, Jay Mitch is in here a lot of the time. It's a fun show, great show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you don't like it, it's fine. Make fun of us. It's okay. Just get us out there. Share us out there. We having fun. We want to share our fun with you. Like I said, Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Every Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 1. Catch us live on YouTube, baby. See y'all. Hey, y'all. It's Mikey from Mik'd Up. Catch us live every Monday and Wednesday, 11 to 1. Talk gambling, talk sports, have a ton of guests in here, get a little perspective from the athlete side of it. We got Lloyd in the house, Jay Mitch is in here a lot of the time. It's a fun show, great show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you don't like it, it's fine. Make fun of us, it's okay. Just get us out there, share us out there. We having fun. We want to share our fun with you. Like I said, Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Every Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 1. Catch us live on YouTube, baby. See y'all. Catch us live every Monday and Wednesday, 11 to 1. Talk gambling, talk sports, have a ton of guests in here, get a little perspective from the athlete side of it. We got Lloyd in the house. Jay Mitch is in here a lot of the time. It's a fun show, great show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you don't like it, it's fine. Make fun of us. It's okay. Just get us out there. Share us out there. We having fun. We want to share our fun with you. Like I said, Mik'd, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Every Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 1. Catch us live on YouTube.
Mikey talked enough. Jesus.
We're back?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Sorry about that. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. That was a interesting phone call. It's my agent.
Up to something.
We got some options happening. We're gonna counter some offers. It's looking like today I'm gonna have an answer, people,
Let's
about
go.
where I'm gonna be and where I'm gonna go, and hopefully, they come back with the counters, and we have our final offers from both teams, and we figure it out. So it's been an interesting thing. There's a lot of
Moving parts.
There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of I have Katie in the background. She's yelling at me. I don't know yet where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. There's things that we value, and just all things equal, it's going to be a very serious conversation with my family and my agent and figuring stuff out.
God.
So I think honestly that's probably. I mean, we can go and open it up to questions because Jay Mitch has been in the same situation that I've been in. Like we all kind of. I don't know. I think it's a. I left the people hanging here for 15 minutes.
Should I put in
waiting.
the chat for them to put in questions?
Yeah, if you want to ask questions in the chat, we can ask questions in the chat. I'm not going to tell you teams, obviously. That's not going to come out there. Or terms.
He asked a question earlier.
Okay.
Ask Mikey, do you think Johnson should switch up the infield to fix defense? Or
LSU baseball.
We're going to LSU baseball.
Do you think Johnson Do you think Johnson should flip up the infield just to
I
help
don't
with
think
the
so.
errors?
I don't think so yet.
Oh,
I think
goddamn camera.
I think you do. What happened?
Katie.
I think you do. I think you allow the guys to try to work out of their issues right now on their own. I think you allow, like, these guys have earned the starting spot. I think you give them a chance to get out of their own way or trying to get out of this little rut. And then if it doesn't, I mean, you're not starting SEC play yet. You know what I mean? Like, this is what this is for. It's just to figure out what's going on and then, get ready for SEC play. So I think you give them a little bit more time. Let them figure some stuff out. Like I said, this thing can change in an instant. It's very early. So I think that's what you would have to do.
I know people shouldn't be freaking out already, but that's a lot of errors.
It is a lot of errors.
And then there's some
Hey,
reports
listen.
by Danny Don that said that this infield situation or what's happening with the defense, it has traveled Like, this is something that is common with the Jay Johnson team.
Okay, so that was the
he
other
is
thing. I don't know the
sacrificing
history.
offense for defense. I mean, defense for offense.
I don't know the history of Jay's teams defensively. I don't know how good they have been or how bad they have been or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if this is something that is an issue going forward, I think that's. But look, errors doesn't matter about competition. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You still have to fuel the ball. So you're going to be able to. Every game is another game for them to get better. And where it's not like, oh, they're playing Maine, they're not good. Like, no, Maine's going to hit ground balls, they're going to hit fly balls, and they're going to put balls in play, and you got to make the play, right?
It's routine plays, too.
Right, and so you still have 4 games coming up with McNeese tonight, and you have a 3-game series this weekend that you have the ability to evaluate these guys. And then at that point, you say, okay, hey, I'm going to put a guy who's going to be able to catch the baseball and make the play. I'll put them in and sacrifice maybe a little bit of offense. I think that's probably the move to do. I don't think you press the panic button just yet.
Do you think a lineup change, like just moving the infield psychologically, would mess with the team too? Start pressing a little more.
In 2009, we had, we were on that team, right? We're playing Tennessee. And at that time, Tennessee sucked. They were the worst team in the league. And we had not lost a series all year. And we're playing Tennessee at home, and we made 6 errors in one game.
Oh my God.
And, Monero was not happy.
It wasn't just that either. There was another point to it that was huge. At that point of the season, which we were pretty well into the schedule.
We had 4 series left in the SEC.
We hadn't turned not one single 6-4-3 double play on the game. Not one.
That's nearly impossible.
Yeah. And we were good. We were the number 1 team, the top 5 team in the country. And so then we had this game, and we make 6 errors, and we lose the series to Tennessee. This is a Sunday game. We lose it. Now, everybody was available to make errors. We had second baseman, shortstop. I made error in right field. Everybody was making errors.
Yeah, it wasn't just in the middle.
It wasn't just in the middle of the infield. Everybody was doing it. That next day, Coach brings us into the office, and I'm playing right field at the time. Jay Mitch is playing left at the time, right? I was playing right. You're playing right. I was playing. No.
I was playing right. I pretty much played right.
I thought you got moved to right. I thought you were playing left and you got moved to right because I got moved. Where was I playing? I wasn't playing center yet. Anyway,
did Mikey even play on the team?
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
I think you were playing left. I was playing right. And Leon was in center.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so at this point, Coach comes in and says, "All right, this is what we're gonna do."
Well, first off, he had individual meetings with a number of guys, and there was a team meeting that nobody knew what was really going on, but there was a team meeting later in the day.
So this is what happened. Yeah, so he brings us in there with individual. He knew what he was doing before. He met with, because these 2 guys that he had to meet with specifically, or 3 guys, 2 of them were starters and they had big impacts on the team.
4, really.
Yeah, 4 really. DJ LeMahieu, Leon Landry, Ryan Schimpf, and Austin Nola. Austin Nola was not starting. Austin Nola was the one out of those 4 guys that was not starting yet. He was on the bench. He was infielder, the best shortstop on our team. Didn't make any errors. So Coach said, hey, I think that this is going to solidify. Now Leon was struggling a little bit, and he was not hitting the ball as well because defense was not his problem. It was just there's a lot of things that were just snowballing for him. So Coach said, Leon, you are benched, basically, in the nicest way possible. He said, you're going to go bench. Tells me I'm going to center. Moves Jared from left to right. Moves Ryan Schimpf, who played a little bit of first and a little bit of second, from there to left field.
He's never really played the outfield.
Right, never really played the outfield. He also says, and the big move was, DJ,
the number 1 shortstop
coming in. You are an All-American. You're going to be a first or second rounder in the draft. I'm going to take you off of shortstop and put you at second because I think by playing Austin Nola, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with us not being able to, as a whole defense, playing well. I'm going to put Austin at short, and I'll put you at second. And DJ was not happy. He was not, because that's what he came there for. This is his draft year.
Yeah.
He was an All-American, all of this stuff. He put Austin Nola, the minute he made that move, our defense went from shaky to nails. Austin Nola made 2 errors the entire year at shortstop. And we turned all these double plays, and DJ ended up making it to the big leagues as a second baseman.
Yeah.
So he makes a move to help our defense sacrifice. He didn't care about Austin getting hits. All he cared about was making sure that we solidified the middle infield. And we went on this run in Omaha that obviously, we were already good, but this just made us even better. And it was a huge move, and people were questioning it, but Austin was nailed, and Austin actually came up with some big hits.
He did.
He had the game-winning hit against Baylor in the regional. We're losing. He had
Austin had some really big hits.
Yeah.
Here.
Austin.
I'm not trying to be funny at all, but because he was so young and in the situation that he came into, it almost felt like all of his hits were the big hits. It was like when he came up in big hit situations, you're like, Jesus, this kid keeps just gets it done. He just keeps getting.
And
it
you
done.
knew he made every single play at shortstop. That was the difference. It solidified it. We knew that going into the postseason, you had to make those plays. You couldn't give up extra runs, extra outs. So
that was a catcher.
Now he's a catcher. He's a great catcher, but. He was the different. I'm not saying you need to make that move yet. This didn't happen until 4 weeks left into the SEC. Three or 4 weeks left into the SEC. So you had time. He's seen it, and it wasn't like we were playing bad. It was just, hey, this is going to take us to the next level. And I think right now you allow these guys to figure it out. You allow these guys to get through their lumps. And if it continues to happen at least through the weekend, then maybe you reevaluate it and you say, okay, maybe I need to make a little bit of a change. But I think offensively they're going to be fine. Defense. I mean, they say pitching and defense wins baseball games. Offense, you need to score runs, but if you can't stop a team from scoring, then, it makes it a little bit more difficult for you.
Can't play pitch and catch. It's tough.
No. Yeah. Very tough. Very, 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 very tough. I got a little distracted, so can someone lead us to what do we need to talk about? What's the next topic we have to go to? I think
questions.
We still have. Do we have questions?
There's one more. If the MLB strikes a deal, do players say today the MLB strikes a deal? Would they have to report by Friday? How does that work?
I would assume they'd give the guys 2 or 3 days. I think most guys are that are on a team that are basically under contract or that know that they are on this team. They are kind of ready at the beck and call to go.
A phone call away.
Yeah, I feel like everyone.
What'd you say?
But I was talking to Will Harris and Gosman this week, in the cage this morning, and they're like, Will had some stuff he needed to do tomorrow. He's like, well, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna make sure I go and make all these deliveries and pick up my stuff and run the errands that I need to do today, and start packing so that whenever it's time to go, it's time to go. Because they're going to Florida. He knows where he's going. Gosman knows where he's going. They're going to drive to Florida. So it's we're going to get ready, have our stuff, because whenever it's time to go, we're going to pack our stuff and go.
First responder.
Right. It's tough. And for me, it's different. There's other guys that are free agents that don't know where they're going. That's going to be a difference. They still have free agency haven't even reached the
career
scratch that yet. Yeah. They have a lot of teams are going to have to go sign a bunch of guys and get them ready for the season.
Is it going to be a snowball free agency?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be
snowball too.
You're going to sign. You're going to have hundreds of signings in the next 3 days. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And so you're already starting to see some stuff these teams contacted this team before the deadline, this and that, and it's okay, now we got to really get this thing cooking because we got to get our roster figured out, and so they're not going to have much time. I don't have much time. I think I'd probably. I was talking to my agent. I would need 2 or 3 days to get down there. 1 day of driving. I'll be driving to spring training, which the team I would be with would be in Florida. So I narrowed it down to half the teams. So if you want to take it,
there was one question in the chat. It was
I say, well, you just
American or National League.
Exited out 15 teams right there.
I just gave you half. There you go. We're going.
You know a little bit about baseball. You're like, oh well. I know
20 questions. 20 questions there. There's one. Now you got 15 teams to pick from. So I would be going to Florida. And I would literally pack my stuff and I would drive. Now, I say this every year that I'm not going to pack a lot because it's so hard. You have all this travel. And every year I do it, I look at my damn, I got 3 suitcases. I got 2 TVs. I got 1 TV. I got pots and pans in my truck. I'm like, damn, I overpacked again. Every year I'm overpacked.
Oh, you do have to pack everything. That makes sense. Wow. You don't go into
I mean,
right.
Yeah, but no.
The reason why I pack my pots and pans is because if you go, when I get an apartment and you rent the apartment, you rent furniture, right? From Court or the whatever furniture rental is. And part of that package is pots and pans. They charge you $320 a month to rent pots, pans, plates, all this stuff.
I'm gold?
I'm gonna go to
greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
I'm gonna go to Target and I'm just gonna buy a set of pots and pans and a set of 4 plates because it's just me.
For $17.
For $100 and have that, and I'm not gonna lose all this money. So I have 4 sets of different stuff in my attic, and I'm like, all right, I just gotta bring this and put this in my truck.
Yeah.
And bring it, and it's just
Do you know this because you got burned once before? Where you're like, I'm paying for pots and pans.
No,
I've
never done that. I've never done that.
Do you know someone who did?
Yeah. I'm like, why do y'all do that?
No, dude. I mean, it's like a live and learn thing. Like you don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
know?
Like, I don't know.
That's why I bring my TV. Like, I have a TV in the attic that I just in the box. I just put it in my car because like I don't. And now with YouTube TV, I have a YouTube TV in my house. I don't need to go and get cable. I just need to get internet.
Yeah.
So now I don't have to set up the cable.
Boy, do you?
I hook my. What?
Have to get internet.
I do have to get internet.
I know.
Please.
You better get good at it.
Oh yeah, we gotta get good at it because this
Not AT&T.
we are taking the show on the road. I'm gonna get a crash course on what the hell I need to do. So man, TK would be very happy to haven't cursed yet.
I know. I've been monitoring.
Yeah, but I haven't
I'm
tried
picking up
not
your
to.
slack.
That was the
Yeah.
first time I tried not to.
Nice.
I was gonna say fuck, and I said
Shit.
well, I don't even know what I said there. But there's a lot of moving parts when you move.
Yeah.
You do this stuff, and like I have like my hanging clothes. I'll put them on like that little like rack. I'll put it in my truck, hang the clothes, and then have one big suitcase for travel, and then probably a duffel bag, and that's it.
So you pay the rent?
And my baseball stuff, huh?
You pay the rent, or does the team?
Oh no, we pay.
Oh no, it comes out of your pocket.
It's a sham, dude.
Wait, I thought they changed like the. Did they change like the cost of living or whatever?
Yeah, but it's only for guys that aren't that are under the threshold. Like minor league free agents aren't in that.
Yeah, it's
Like it's basically the guys. What we got?
It's just his face, like it blows his mind. He's like, I mean,
not mine. I just love how no one knows about it. It's just like
I mean, you go and you play and you uproot your life and you live somewhere in the off season. I'm paying a mortgage and now I'm paying a rent, a monthly rent that is
pots and pans.
going to be more expensive because it's only just a short term lease. So it's like shit.
and it's under his name. So let's just say he plays a month there, and they're like, "Hey, you gotta come up to the big leagues." Rent's still on him.
The team helps with that.
Team helps with it, but my point is it's
I'd imagine you would pay that 10
no.
times over there. Like,
But what you're not understanding,
Well, the team pays
my
one or the
point
other.
is what you're not understanding is I'm talking about him going to the big leagues. Like shit still happens if you're in A ball, going to Double A,
Yeah.
going to Triple A. Like
Right.
the same stuff
Hey,
still
if I have
happens.
an
You're a
apartment-
remote studio.
Yes.
What?
If you rent and they move you up to the big leagues, me and Lloyd have a remote studio. We'll
Yeah.
take care of it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, in the apartment.
Yeah, don't
just
worry
take
about
care
it.
of rent, and then we'll take care of the apartment.
Well, the problem is
And pots and pans.
And pots and pans.
The
Leave
problem
those
is that
behind also.
if you get called up,
I'm not gonna get called up.
no, if I get called up, I'm in AAA and I have a lease, 6-month lease in AAA, and I get called up to the big leagues, and let's say, hey, you're gonna be here for the rest of the year. Let's say it's 3 months. You're gonna be here for the rest of the year. Okay, awesome. I'm either gonna live in the hotel in the big leagues, and I have to pay that. After a certain amount of time you're there, I think you get 7 days. It's on you. You have to either pay the hotel or pay go get an Airbnb or do whatever, right? So the Major League Baseball, the team will pick up the lease that you're not currently living in. So what they try to do is if you get called up and you're going to be there permanently, you get somebody to go to the big league, or you get somebody to replace you on the team, and they don't have a place to live. They either take your living space and they start paying the rent, or the team pays it and somehow gets out of the lease if they can. There's a lot of crap that you have to deal with. But you're in the big league, so you deal with it because you're excited and you're back in the big leagues. So there's just a lot. There's a lot. It's just
There's a lot of moving parts.
a lot of moving parts. So they want you to get there as quick as you can. Like, hey, dude, I gotta talk to I gotta get my life in order. I gotta get talk to my wife. It's hard to. I was explaining to you, I am excited that the season's starting and I'm gonna get to go and play, but it's never easy to leave.
What's the obviously it's never been spring training, but what's the quickest turnaround you've ever had?
Last year.
Where and where did it all go?
All right, so last year, because last year was
These
COVID.
stories are great. Wait till you hear this.
So last year was COVID, right? So it was the year after COVID. So the last 3 seasons. So 2019, I got designated off the roster in Detroit. I get sent down to AAA. I finish the season there in AAA. I play well. I go into free agency. This is the first year in my life I'm a free agent. I've been in the big leagues, but it's the first year I can actually go and pick what team I want to go to. Phillies came in first day of free agency, offered me a contract. I signed the first day of December. I'm ready to go. Okay, great deal. They wanted me to go to big league camp. They have an opportunity for me. Andrew McCutchen was coming off ACL injury. He's not going to be ready till June. Awesome. I go out there. I'm having a good spring training. COVID hits. I come home. Screws a lot of stuff up. I go to the second spring training. And McCutchen's healthy. I end up going to the alternate side for the 2 months. I play there. I play well, but nobody sees me. So this was the first year I changed my swing. Right? So nobody gets to see because the scouts weren't able to go to the alternate site. I come home which is the last offseason. I'm thinking like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen because nobody saw the changes that I made, even though I played really well. The alternate side, it wasn't real games. They didn't see it. So I don't know how free agency is going to be. Well, COVID reared its ugly head again, and he had all these new outbreaks, and he had all these different things, and teams didn't know how they were going to sign, didn't know what the rosters were going to be like. And so things kept getting pushed back, kind of like they're doing now, like push back, push back, push back. I'm like, damn, I don't know what's going to happen. So teams had a limit of people they can invite to the big league camp. I hadn't gotten any offers. None. So I'm freaking out. I'm with my brother-in-law. I'm fishing in New Orleans, right outside, like in Venice, not even Venice, I don't know, wherever my Mike Hollander fishes. I was fishing with him.
Everywhere.
Right? It's me, him, and my godson, his son. We're on the boat, and we're fishing, and I'm talking to Mike, and this is February 24th or 23rd. And I'm spring training had been started for 3 or 4 days. So I'm fishing with him, and I had my phone because I had to talk to my agent. Hey, the White Sox have been back and forth. You know, they reached out, they like you, but they don't know. They have some things they need to figure out within their roster. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm fishing. I get a text message when I'm literally getting off of the boat saying, hey, the White Sox offered. They want you to go there. How soon can you go? I was like, well, I'm in New Orleans. Okay, I can get there. I can leave tomorrow. So I got from New Orleans to Baton Rouge, packed all of my stuff hurriedly, packed all my stuff, woke up, they got me a flight the next day. I shipped my car out to Arizona, flew out, and I was in spring training 36 hours later. So that's how quick something's up. Now this year's different because, like, there's a lot more, there's more moving parts. I'm driving, you know what I mean? Like,
is that the quickest one you've had even in season 2? As far as for like, hey, you're going to be going here or there, AA to AAA, A ball to AA.
Yeah, that was the quickest one that, like, I had to get up, pack my stuff, and go. Like, I've had times where I've gotten called up and sent down from the big leagues or AAA.
Yeah.
But, like, for the most part, I knew, out of spring training, you're either going to go, well, yeah, for the most part, I knew I'm either going to AAA or I'm going to the big leagues out of camp. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in season, like, you get called like when you're coming up to the minor leagues, you're in A ball or AA. Like, you'll finish a game, they'll bring you into the locker room. Hey, you're getting called up to AA, you're leaving tomorrow. So now you got to hurry back to the apartment, pack all your apartment stuff, go, and figure out all the other stuff on the fly. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, because then you
get releases.
Still have that mortgage.
Then you got people release trades. Like, there's a lot of crap, and like they don't really help you with that. That's all on you. There's a lot.
Kind of got to put it all together. I had one. The reason I was thinking about it. I had one when I was with the Angels in AA. So I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. I was only there for pretty much like 3/4 of the year. And I didn't even have the manager. I think I had his number. I'm not sure he had my number. But 2:00 in the morning, because I'm not like, I don't even go to bed early. 2:00 in the morning, my roommate, who I think was sleeping at the time, got a call from our manager in AA and was like, hey, Skip's looking for your number. He wants to call you. You need to give him a call. So I give him a call. He's like, hey, look, something happened. You're going to go up to AAA tomorrow. You got a 9:30 flight to Chicago to Tacoma, Washington. Chicago to Seattle, Washington. You're going to be in Tacoma for the end of that series there. So I'm 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, pack up. So I pack everything, fly there the next day, get there at like 6:00. I'm like, God, don't have me in the lineup today. This is just ridiculous. Sure enough, I show up. I missed BP. I didn't even take BP. Like, I showed up with like 10 minutes left in BP in the lineup. I'm like, oh my God.
How'd you do?
Godspeed.
You want to know the truth?
Yep.
I homered my first time.
Yeah, you did.
Swear to God.
Yeah, you did. That's how that happens.
But that's where it's crazy.
How it happens,
But the
like,
turnaround
damn.
of everything's real quick. It's just funny how it goes.
Because you're like, damn.
And I never took BP again.
I'm so exhausted. Like, you're so exhausted and you're such out of your routine that, like, all you're trying to do is, like, just make it okay.
The emotions, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to do anything. I just don't want to look like an idiot, and you end up playing better because less is more. That's how it works.
What was your first spring training like? Was that intimidating or?
Well, my first spring training in pro ball was in minor league camp. I didn't go to big
Okay.
league spring training. My first big league spring training, I was like, I want to make an impression, because you don't really know how everything works, and then you're like, well, I want to go. I don't want to like play well, like maybe like make a splash and like be there, and like in reality, that doesn't happen. Like they already have their plan for you most of the time. You know, when you go to spring training. And so like my first big league camp was great. I was there for 3 weeks, like most of the non-roster guys that are young, and I got sent down to minor league camp. But it was cool to be in the clubhouse with the guys. But as far as my first actual spring training, like I had to learn a lot, because you had to learn. Okay, it's not like college where you show up at 1 o'clock, you do your early work, and you do your practice on the field. Like
smell like Fred's.
No, right. No. Like you're getting there at 6:30 in the morning. You have this stuff like it's almost like because you're younger, and so it's almost like they treat you like you're in high school. Like you're training, it's a practice, like hard practices. Like, hey, I don't need this. I don't need to understand how to steal second base. Like I know I wasn't from college. So you just gotta filter through all that kind of stuff, and then
is that because some of those guys are out of high school?
Yep, that's why. I mean, a lot of the minor league camp stuff, especially when you're first there, like you're with a lot of younger guys, and you have 18-year-old Latin guys who coming over, or like 18-year-old high school kids that have never really been in this structured systems before, and it's crazy. It's a different type of baseball that you have to deal with. Man. This is hard. It's hard to I got scatterbrained on this whole deal. Like I had a whole but a whole to-do list of what we needed to hit on today. And
sounds like you need to pack your bags.
I got distracted. Well, I'm going to. I just, I don't know. What else are we going to talk about?
Westbrook, he's offended by that.
Dude, he's sensitive, huh?
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is a sensitive Sally.
I have a different take on that, man.
Let me hear it.
So, look, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he understands that there's literally only two options: play better or quit. Right? But I will say I think he's in a very odd space in sports where you have someone who has reached the heights he's reached in the game,
Hall of Fame,
has and is making the money that he's making in the game, and is not playing as well as he's playing right now. But the kicker to it is the last 4 years he's put on 4 different uniforms.
Right.
And so I think for him and his family, like for him, the tough part about it is that he's running around and there's no place that feels like home right now.
No doubt. And that sucks.
So you come home to LA and it's not like hey, you were an MVP here. We love you. We don't care what you do. We're just going to always cheer for you.
Right.
Like he doesn't have that anywhere right now. And so I think it's a very weird place for him to be right now.
He is from LA though.
Yeah,
right, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what he was searching for.
But that's stuff I think that's what he thought he was coming home to.
That's what he thought he was.
And
like,
it's
a
not
homecoming
that.
for me.
Yeah,
and
it's not
bro,
that.
Well, I think a big problem too is he hasn't been liked by a lot of fans anyway. Like
outside of the one that drafted.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
people are very hard on him.
Yeah,
and that takes his toll on you.
So
dude.
that's why. So I think like the West Brick thing, whatever it is, what it is. But I think it just hits home a little different for him when I guess his son's going to school and he's hearing it at parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, all right, bro, this is enough.
Listen, you can say whatever you want to me, but leave my
kids. I think it just hits home. I think it hits home different.
I respect that. I get that.
I think it hits home different when, like he said, like he's got a family and his family no longer wants to show up to home games because they're tired of defending him everywhere.
Yeah,
like what feels home for him.
Right.
Like I think he's fine with it, but like when he's having to hear it from them and they're affected by it and they don't want to come to games and his son's having to hear it at school, he's like, hey, bro, all right, there's enough of this going on.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
But there's only two ultimatums. You either play better or quit.
He makes $44 million.
That's what I'm saying. You either play better or you quit.
There's always a target on his back because he's Russell Westbrook, and for some reason he rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah,
well, he's very in your face.
I think his whole
aggressive.
I think his whole reasoning for saying all that was more of a, bro, you can say anything you want to me. Yeah. Stop saying it to my family.
Yeah.
Stop saying it behind my just stop.
It's not my kid's fault or my wife's fault that the ball's not going into.
Because you look at everything, bro. He's been super stand up this year. Like he's been not very good this year.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shied away from. There's like one time he missed the press conference and was when they benched him. But other than that, dude, like he's been right there in the media.
Yeah.
Like he's faced it all.
Yeah.
So like I think he understands it. I just think he's like, yo, look, my family's not on the court. I'm on the court. Like you want to say it to me, you say it to me.
No doubt.
But other than that, like you guys, it's basketball.
That's the thing. When I'm when you're it's different than him because like basketball, the difference between basketball and every other sport, really because football you don't really hear much because you're on the field, like you're kind of separated.
It's so personal.
You're in the arena, like you're basketball. You have people sitting courtside, right in your grill. There's some downtime,
sitting on the bench, there's a seat on the bench,
and so you can hear everything, and people have access to you, right? So that's hard. Like that's a hard thing for people to not respond to or not, because you hear some nasty shit from the stands. Like in baseball, as an outfielder, you get it hard in baseball, right? Like as an outfield, you're sitting there. There's so much downtime in baseball. You're getting hammered.
The outfield's the worst, but it's funny.
It's funny, right? It's funny until they start doing stuff and saying stuff about people that you care about. Like not like
stuff that don't have anything to do with the game.
Not making jokes. Like not making jokes about your girlfriend or your wife or your mom or whatever, but like going at their throats. I'm like, whoa, okay, now
You cross the line.
you're crossing the line right now. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me, but you cannot say that because that's not right. Like I know you're trying to get in my head.
Like you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I know you're trying to get in my mind, but like let's get at, so I understand it, and basketball gets it tough. So like when you get to that point and you cross that line, I understand there's a tipping point, and I understand where he's coming from. Like, hey, you know what? You can't say that shit to my family. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's not their fault. It's on. If you would say whatever you want to say to me, say it to me. I can take it. I may want to fight you, but I can take it. But when you start saying about my family, then we
don't have anything to do with this. So stop talking to them.
Yeah,
you know,
we have a different issue. You know, and that's the tricky part. It's like you saw the thing with Wagner, right?
Yeah, the fight.
They had the fight, and then you had these fans saying shit, flicking players off, doing all this stuff, like saying all this bad crap to these players, and then you're like, damn, like you would not talk to them like that if you're right next to them. But you're brave because you're in the stands and you can say whatever you want to say. And I know it comes with sports, but like be a decent human being and figure like let's take a step back and say, you know what? If I told this guy this to his face, he would stomp me.
But see, he would fight me on sight.
Yeah,
right
and I would.
Anybody would.
Like right here.
No chance. Anybody would.
Yeah.
Right? But like you're gonna tell an elite athlete that is bigger than you and more athletic than you and stronger than you. Like, give me a break,
What do you
bro.
think's gonna happen, dude?
Kick your ass.
Like,
But you saw the Malice in the Palace proved it. Like, dude, if like an athlete decides to flip the switch, be like, oh,
you have no
all right,
chance.
Yeah, come on the court, come in my arena, or I'll come to you.
Yeah.
How about that? And you saw what happened when they squared up with athletes.
Yeah, you have no
You
chance.
don't want none of that shit, dude.
Yeah. And so it's like, why? You just want to be cool. And like the big thing about it is like people just do this because they want to be cool in front of their friends. I'm like, hey, bro.
Your friends think you
This
sick.
is my favorite. Jay Mitch was part of it. It's my favorite thing. Not favorite, but like one of the best comebacks of all time. South Carolina. In the outfield, and the big fat guy was yelling at you, and he said, "Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy." And he started getting like kind of racial with it.
Yeah.
So this guy and Jay Mitch talks like I'll interact with the fans and Jay Mitch because he's funny and he'll talk to the fans and he's got thick skin. And so this guy in the outfield, we're in South Carolina, and he's talking out there, and this guy is wearing him out. And he says something that crosses the line. And Jay Mitch like turns around at him and he finally makes eye contact, sees who it is. It's this big fat dude. And he looks at him and he's like, "Man, I bet you're the guy that swims with his shirt on, huh?" And the entire right field was cracking up laughing. He became the fan favorite for the rest of the day, right? Like, just right there. And this dude shut up and he got embarrassed and he just walked away. I'm like, damn, that's it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he goes, man, I bet you the guy that swims with his shirt on, huh? And everybody just started cracking.
Made that man go to left field. Gotta go find
Bro, I've heard some
another
wild
friend.
stuff in the outfield,
Yeah, I
bro.
bet.
Like, you
It's
still
just
even
like, hey, dude, like, stop being an asshole. You know what I mean? You can make, like, when I go to New York, like New York Yankees, they would, like, the fans out there are ruthless, right? They'll say whatever because they love their fans.
Jack's like, yeah, that's me, baby.
You go to Fenway, and Fenway fans will come at you, and, like, they're ruthless, right? But then you get the ones in the outfields that are funny. And, like, they're ruthless, but they're funny. And you're like, damn, that's funny. Like, you're like, hey, that's good. You know, like, I can deal with that. Like, I suck right now. I deserve to get ragged. But man, that made me laugh and that helps me out. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good with that. But it's the ones that get real personal and like try to cut your throat. Yeah, like why are you like what did I do to you? Why are you mad at me for not playing well? You know, I know you love your team, but like, come on, bro. It's just
Hey, sold separately is it's
Savvy, so
it's very
separate.
real when it comes
No
to the situation.
doubt about it.
Like some of the stuff you hear, you're just like, bro, like
What?
I would literally crush you if you were standing right in front of me. Like, what's wrong with you? Why would you think it's okay to say that?
And you got people that want to fight you. I'm like, you want to fight me? You're in this. You're 7 rows in the stands.
Come on down.
Come on the field. One, you won't get to me. But 2, if you get to me, like I would love that.
Let him go.
Let me make my day. Please make my day. And then they don't do anything, and then that's it. You know, it's like they just try to. They get some alcohol in them, and
I just love I love the thought process of like when you go to a ball game and whether you're drunk or not, and you're the fan that's there, and like I've seen fans do it. It's not necessarily just to one player. Like they're literally like, all of y'all suck. This whole situation sucks. Why would y'all ever keep doing this? But yet you bought a ticket to come here.
Right. And that's what I tell them. I was like, hey,
I didn't buy it. But yet you're spending your time.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
so
it can't be you're paying money to watch me play. You have the nerve to tell me that I suck and that I should be doing something else. You are paying to watch me play this game.
I came here for the beers.
Well,
to watch me
play. Like, I am on the field that you are watching. You are yelling at me.
You didn't come for the superstars.
Yeah. You're yelling at me because it means enough to you to where you want to get under my skin, but like yet you are paying to watch me play this game. Like that's all I need to know. Like I don't care how much money you make, how much money I make. I am on the field and you are a fan and you are paying to watch me play. Like that's it.
Where are they the most ruthless? Fenway? Philly?
Yankees. Phil. I've never played in Philly, but I can imagine. I mean, Philly got Santa Claus got snowballs thrown at him.
They cheer for injured players.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Philly's so bad that Ben Simmons has already come out. Ben Simmons has already come out and said that he is definitely not playing in Philly.
Sitting on the bench.
But he is going to be present today.
He's going to be there. But he's not. He came out and said he wasn't. He came out 2 weeks ago and said that he wasn't going to do. He wasn't going to be ready for that.
It's like the same people that go to like a comedy club and
that's tomorrow, right?
Hey, no, it's tonight.
Tomorrow.
No, it's tonight.
It's
tonight.
I thought it was the 10th. It's the 9th.
I'm pretty sure it's tonight.
It's a TNT
I'm almost
game.
positive it's tonight.
Let me look it up.
Yeah,
I want to watch that.
I do think it's funny though, because just call me crazy. Within the next week or so, that back and that mental health is going to be okay though.
Oh, he's back. Once he gets through this threshold, he's good.
Hey, I'm just letting
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. He wasn't playing tonight though.
What if they match up with each other in the playoffs?
That's what I said. Remember I said, I was like, I hope he doesn't play. I hope he plays the first time he goes back to Philly, he's in the playoffs.
Oh, he has to hit a foul shot.
Because he can't miss.
Oh my God.
He can't miss that game. He can't avoid that one. He has to play that one.
Wow. Kyrie can miss it.
Maybe he could avoid it.
That would be must see.
Kyrie will miss it.
God. That is a definitely like sports like must see.
I mean, look.
Stop what you're doing. Let's go put that one on the calendar.
I don't know what's going to be said, but it's not going to be anything nice.
No, not at all.
What if they are nice to him?
No.
Reverse psychology?
Reverse psychology.
It ain't.
Why did you ever
Do you
leave?
think Philly is a city of reverse psychology?
The Philly fans do not have that card in their
in their pocket.
Like, are you man? No chance that's happening. Not there.
I don't know what's gonna happen to poor Ben. He's not gonna survive.
No, he's going to break.
I can't believe he's even going. Like
Hey,
I can't
he's
believe he's
working on
gonna
a
put
shot
himself
though.
on the bench.
Oh, I wonder if his shot's good now.
Why would
working
that
on it.
change?
Because
Tennis
he's
swing's
working
good.
with Kyle Korver.
Oh, I saw that. I mean, Corver can only help so much. He tried to fix
I can
LeBron's
only.
free throws.
I just got the amount. Like I just feel like I don't think it's like I think Ben's got the that 4-letter word with the plural thing.
Don't say it.
Not saying it. I think he's got that. There's just no way somebody that talented and that smooth and that athletic just can't do the shooting thing. I think when the lights come on and the people show up and the referees blow whistles, you got that 4-letter word.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
Don't say
I'm
it.
not saying it.
Don't say
Can't
it.
get
I
me
don't
to
even know
say
what
it.
it is.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
say it. Technically, I guess it'd be 5 letters. 4. It's 4.
it's 4
We take a guess?
with the plural form.
No, I don't want to
With
know.
the plural
no,
form.
it's
That's what I
bad.
mean. Because you don't say, oh,
Bad
you got the.
juju.
You don't say you have the. You say you have the. You got the. Yeah, I think that's where he's at.
I think so too.
Man, I know we got distracted. I was trying to. I remember now. Everything's coming
Wheels
back to
turning,
me.
baby.
I remember my train of thought. We were talking about LSU basketball, and that's when we got distracted. But we're not gonna have time to get really into all of it. We can talk a little bit about it.
Well, no, I was going to ask you, do you think that because of the wheels are kind of in motion, so to speak, for minor league baseball and major league baseball, do you think that means they're closer to getting a deal done?
Well,
because it's been all quiet, kind of.
So my agent
17 hours
on the phone just now. My agent was like, I was very optimistic coming in today, but I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what's going on. Like, obviously, there's a lot that they have to figure out. I thought today was going to be the day that there was a deal done for Major League Baseball, but I don't know. I don't know if there is. Now I'll tell you this, and this is the new wrinkle in the whole thing. They had that deal announced now that Apple Plus.
Yeah, I did see that.
Apple TV Plus.
I saw that this
signed a deal that they're gonna have doubleheaders on Fridays that are televised. So that's a big TV contract. I think there's gonna be more TV contracts that are gonna be announced, which is now gonna hurt Major League Baseball to miss games.
more pressure.
So there's more pressure to get the season started so that, hey, we just signed these big deals with these TV and streaming services that we can't miss these games.
It's also a bargaining chip for
the player
side of it.
Right. So they're actively negotiating TV contracts while in the lockout.
Yeah,
like,
because you know why? Because there's so much of this in it.
Yeah.
So much of that.
Which
is why the game is where it is right now. This is why the players are like, yo, wait, time out.
But what is Apple TV even like? What do you think? Like, oh, we'll get there. Like, we'll sign over blindly this amount of money. And while you look at Major League Baseball,
what I think happened is they had this.
They know.
What I think happened was they had the deal. They had the deal already worked out, and I think that it's getting leaked.
I'm about to say it probably got leaked if anything.
It got leaked. I think maybe the players leaked it or whoever found out leaked it because, hey, look at all the money that you have. Like you talk about all the money you're losing. Look at all the money you're about to make again with all the TV contracts.
Yeah.
Even with all the bad publicity that we're getting in baseball. You have Apple TV Plus that wants to sign on for a big time TV contract to have double headers on Fridays.
Think of it this way: and the numbers undisclosed, but like it's Apple TV, like it's Apple.
They invented money.
They're not doing. They're not doing.
And there's other the streaming services are gonna do like Peacock. All these other places are gonna have to do. Yeah, stop peacocking. Well, Peacock, you got me fly on this one, Captain.
Let's
talk about it.
Just talk about that show. But yeah, you have all these other streaming services that are going to do the same thing.
Whenever you say doubleheaders, that's the same team playing.
No. Doubleheader.
Okay. That's like they sandwich games together.
They just do like a 6 o'clock in West Coast, 9 o'clock, which is like
like
6
NBA.
o'clock there.
Yeah.
Is there blackout rules to it? You think?
Probably.
Can we get rid of the blackout stuff?
We could watch LSU play.
I mean, this is 2022.
Hate that.
Like, how is
cable's not really a thing anymore.
How are blackouts still a thing? Can we just get off that? Like, this is not.
Well, that's what I was saying. We were trying to watch the Juice Box, and it was women's college basketball, which is fine, but that's not the product I was promised. I was promised LSU baseball. You could show me if I wanted to watch women's college basketball at that time. I would have found it, but it shouldn't be on the Astros YouTube channel. So it made me kind of wonder, what the hell are we doing?
You can't say that one day removed from National Women's Day.
Yeah, it's National Women's Day.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was fine. I'm glad they're on TV, but don't put it like if I go to.
But it wasn't live. It wasn't live. It was like a replay. I'll give you that.
But if I go to Pornhub, I don't want to watch cartoons.
But then once the streaming got fixed. On Sunday, I was streaming because the Texas game was first, and then the LSU Baylor game was after that. So I was trying to stream, so I would put it on. I would have to fast forward all the way to the end to get it to live. I'm like, why is this so difficult to watch? And then we watched it, and then obviously the baseball game came on after that. But it was just like, why are we doing like the blackout thing? I wanted to watch on MLB Network, but I couldn't.
Yeah,
because it was blacked out.
Yeah.
Why?
Why can't they just stream day games on Twitter too? To promote people to watch. Like why the Astros did that.
That would be awesome.
Still watching.
That would be great.
There's no money in it. It's free.
I was about to say, you want to know why?
But then they'll watch
I'll tell you why.
later.
Well, they could sign a deal with Twitter, and Twitter could say, "I'm gonna."
No, but Twitter is free, so people would have to have like a premium version of Twitter.
True.
I'm gonna say, you want to know why? Because it doesn't fit under the license.
Keeping the dying game.
Yeah, and that's the other crux of the issues is the licensing deals that MLB has with baseball and the players.
I'm surprised that's not like a bigger point, or hasn't been a point in the CBA at all.
I heard today. I heard today that
blackout on my own time.
I heard today that some of the players are torn between each other, like on what they want right now. Because some of the players that want the big money obviously want certain things, and some of the players that aren't as concerned with getting the $400 million deals are concerned with other things. Which is they're both things that we would need fixed, but like you have to, as a players union, the people on the board or that are involved and have a vote, you have to have a certain percentage to vote yes to get the deal done.
There should almost be like a tiered system to where, I mean, this is me just thinking out loud, and I'm not very smart, but like the way that they promote golf, like you can have your set of 10 to 12 athletes in Major League Baseball that have almost a different set of rules. Like, all right, you can sign this part of contract where you want to be able to promote yourself, whatever, on Twitter, be able to have your highlights and post all your stuff.
No,
and
you can't
get the
do
big
that.
money. Well, but then it makes it easier to negotiate because you're dealing with two different sets of people.
Or you
they all
just
play
say-
baseball, but they definitely want two different sets of things.
Or you just say, hey, let's fix the revenue
see,
sharing.
Well, I say, the only thing about that is you don't really need that because jersey sales will tell you all of that.
Right.
So like my point
You
is
can only buy a
that's
jersey once.
that's his only de facto thing of telling you who's
Right.
what tier you're in is that's basically what I'm saying. So like it's kind of already in there.
Or you say, hey, let's fix the revenue sharing stuff and let's give the players a little bit more of that pie and say, hey, you know what? You can go and promote yourself however which way you want. You can't really use the team because you can't use the logos on your personal stuff, but
Right.
you can go out there and get deals with other companies
NIL,
and not
but
have
Major
to
League
go
Baseball.
through MLB.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to do what the NBA and NFL and all of these other sports do.
Yeah.
You know, but right now you're not allowed to do that.
you don't see any baseball players marketed at all.
I got breaking news. Carson Wentz to Washington.
Whoa!
Oh,
Really?
whoa.
There you go.
Break it.
We broke
Wow.
the news.
Wentz to Washington.
Wentz to Washington. That was, who's happy about that.
Chef.
Who's happy about that. Pat McAfee's happy.
Oh, absolutely he is. Who are they going to get?
Janice.
No, come on.
Mr. Trubisky. I bet you they get Trubisky in Indianapolis.
I can see
Do they
that.
have any ties?
He's a free
No.
agent this year too, right? Correct. Yeah, I can see.
I think Trubisky goes there. Because now, they're not going to
money
draft
to
a guy.
spend. Indy's got money to spend.
They have a
Shit
a
ton.
ton of money to spend. Wow.
Word on the street is a lot of teams are waiting until next year's draft to get a quarterback.
Yeah, there's
Right,
nobody
which-
in there.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Stroud and pressure.
Yeah,
I
which
say,
makes sense.
Of course they are.
Yeah, but
Who ain't in on those two?
Hey, Carson Wentz. Hey, you know what? Carson Wentz out there. Good for you. Go to the Guardians. No, Commanders.
Guardians.
The Guardians are Cleveland.
Yes, yes.
Two teams.
Wait,
teams.
Cleveland
Hey,
changed?
completely
Yeah,
different
Guardians.
conversation. Let me just ask this though. Since we're talking about that, how on earth is it the Kansas City Chiefs are still allowed to do the chomp
Or the Braves.
and be called the Chiefs?
And the Braves.
And the Braves can still do the chomp. I thought
Oh, no, they can't do
nixed
the
them.
chomp.
That's what I'm saying. So the Braves can't do it, but the Chiefs can still do the chomp, and they're still called the Chiefs. How'd they get away with that?
I don't know.
I'm,
They're
confu-
making it allowed.
I'm confused as to what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Huh?
I'm confused at what's allowed and what's not allowed now.
I don't get it.
They still do the Knowles, and they still do the...
Well, Florida State is in the back pocket of the Seminoles. They've
Yeah.
reached a treaty. They've bargained it out.
I mean, they're different, dude. The guy actually comes on. There's a guy that actually comes on and does like
Right.
tribal stuff on the field. Like I kind of get that.
Yeah, but like, so the
well, that's almost even more insulting. If it's like you're appropriating the culture. I would imagine.
I mean, I
Like,
guess
it's not like everybody on the football team is actually a Seminole.
no, not at all. I
I guess the Chiefs. I guess like the name the Chiefs is not insult. Like it's not like a chief is like the
Look at the emblem.
head of a tribe.
no,
right?
but
Like,
look at
it's
the
not-
emblem. It's tribal.
I know, but like
the logo's
like
tribal.
but like Redskins is like a
Yeah.
bad stigma to it. Like that's not a good.
Did you just say it?
What
on
about the
show?
Indians?
That's what they
Whoa.
were called.
Oh my god!
That's what they were called, right?
Cal's thing's gonna get
Sorry.
demonetized.
Air quote it, Mikey.
Yeah.
Redskins.
There we go.
Right?
Oh,
But now
we
they
did
are
it again.
No,
they're
he
the
air quoted it.
They're the Commanders,
What's wrong with you?
which I understand that. And then same thing with the Cleveland Indians.
Oh my god!
Like, I mean, I
This is the last
understand.
show.
Boom. Chiefs were named after a mayor.
Mayor Chief.
Why do they
Not
have a
tribe.
tribal?
But they- why do they have a
Why
tribal
do they
thing?
dress up in Indian stuff?
What's his name?
Maybe they called him Chief.
Was
Or maybe
he,
that's
is
just
he
a
of
lie.
Indian descent?
Maybe that's just a lie by
This
them.
is just a
Is he
lie
of
to look
Indian
at this.
descent?
lie.
Oh, this
I
is
think it's a
slippery
lie.
slope.
That's what they say. You know what? We're keeping this.
We got our producers.
Jesus.
Our producers behind the glass right now are giving us false
Yeah.
information.
Well, you know what it is that the Chiefs are too good.
Yeah,
Like, they
they
have
win.
too much. They have too much invested in Patrick Mahomes jerseys and all that stuff, and his brother.
No, this is the perfect time to rebrand because
Speaking
you
of,
get
his
money.
brother apparently was the most popular person the other day at I read this article. People were getting lined up to take pictures with him
Kick
at
him in the nuts.
a concert. I think.
Hey, did y'all see he came out and said like
Brothers?
social media is like ruining his life?
Yeah.
You got famous on social media, bro.
What life would you have without it?
I can't wait to see. Like,
It ruined your life. It also made your life.
I wish there was like a betting line on the activity of his wife and his brother and how much they do in games next year. I got a feeling it's gonna be a lot less.
A lot less.
You know that when Jordan Love's parents sat in the game, that's where they're going to be sitting.
Social media ruined my life. Like that's a bold statement to say after you have been so outspoken on social media, which also made your life.
Like, huh?
You became popular because of social media.
Social media has ruined my life because of you, Jackson Mahomes. Now I can't get on it.
Now
He's ruined my life.
It's just like, what do you think?
If I could find one person, it might be him.
In this day and age, what do you think is going to happen on social
reach.
media? By putting yourself out there, what do you think is going to? You are going to get backlash. No matter how good of a person you are going to get backlash on social media. Now, if you keep doing what you're doing, and people are not very happy with how you're acting, they are really going to give you some backlash, and they aren't there. They don't pull any punches. They come right for the jugular.
Bro, you could be the greatest and nicest dude. Like I guarantee you, if you go look at Tim Tebow's last post and you go look at the comments, I guarantee you there are people just roasting this man. My point is it don't matter what you do when you put yourself out there, you're going to get the negative.
You're
back.
inviting it.
It's just what it is.
You're inviting it, especially when you're doing TikTok dances on other teams' opponents' logos. Like
or
on the sideline before the game.
Yeah,
or their deceased Sean Taylor, probably the best player in the team's history.
Like what we doing
hit
here?
the Dougie real quick.
Like what we doing here?
Like you're inviting that.
Yeah, he should. I hope he does like a fights Jake Paul.
Who you
No
got in that?
shot. No shot. He would die.
You think so?
Did you really just say that? Like
I hope he fights him.
that thing wouldn't go past 13 seconds.
He wouldn't walk into the round.
You on that though?
Yeah,
He would die.
The numbers would be great. Dude.
Numbies.
He would die.
Numbers.
He would die. He would not. He would not be alive. He would. Not
Would one
survive.
punch kill him? He would get hit once, and that would be it.
I mean, yes. There's no fighting back. He's not. I mean, there's no.
Fight back.
There's no way. Maybe he could do like the Jumanji thing and be a dance fighter. You know, have you seen Jumanji, the new Jumanji, where the girl can that's the video game Jumanji part where her strength
What?
is.
You've never seen Jumanji?
I've seen the Robin Williams.
No, but the
Oh,
other
the
one
new one.
with The Rock. Her
Kevin
thing,
Hart.
her
with
strength.
the Rock.
James Mahomes in it.
No, her strength is as fighting, but she does dance fighting. So some music plays and she dances, but she fights as she dances.
Let me just ask you. Wait, when did you watch this?
I like it. It's enjoyable.
I know, but when did you watch it?
It's on TV all the time, and like The Rock's in it, and Kevin Hart's in it. When they're in it, like it's funny. Like Jack Black's in it. Like
I haven't seen it.
You know, it's funny. It's entertaining. It's not like the greatest movie. I mean, I like the original Jumanji better.
You can't tell that to him. You know what
Jumanji-
happened last time we talked about a movie. We said it's
know.
entertaining, but it's not.
know.
The best ever.
What was that?
Oh, you know.
I don't even remember my own takes.
American Underdog.
Oh God, haven't seen it yet. That one still escaped me. Trash.
You just said you've never seen it.
You're
You call it
terrible.
trash.
I saw the preview. That's all I needed
You're
to see.
terrible.
The happiest person in here right now is Lloyd. That we're at 1 o'clock and we're still
I
going.
know, and we didn't even spoil Batman yet. Have you seen it?
No, don't say anything.
I won't say anything.
Jake Crane doesn't like it though.
Oh.
He said it was
Probably-
May.
Oh, because
So who's Jay Crane?
J-Boy.
he probably doesn't like he probably doesn't like when Batman dies.
You're lying.
You're full
You
of shit.
can't die. They have another one in the works already.
There's always one in the
Batman's
works.
dead. 2 more movies.
You're stupid. You're dumb.
It's just a small part of the movie.
No big deal. He just dies.
Yeah.
Hey, will I be like 65 when the new Batman comes out? And I'm like, man, I gotta watch this. Like,
How many other Batmans? I mean, I'll always watch Batman.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like I will always watch the Spider-Man.
Like it's ingrained in you.
I actually want to see the new Spider-Man. There's a bunch.
I have.
Oh, he does too.
It's pretty
No, he
good.
doesn't. This is. I have a list of movies now because when I'm going to spring training, I'm by myself.
The new
I'm
Spider-Man's
a
pretty
big
good.
go to the movie by myself guy during spring training because
Pee-wee-
there's nothing else to do.
like
I have a
Pee-wee
lot of list of movies I get to go watch. I'm gonna go watch by myself. I'm gonna go watch
Perfect.
Dog and cry by myself probably in the movie theater.
See, I would definitely cry if I saw Dog.
Yeah, me too.
The bounty hunter, rest in peace.
Did he die?
No,
His wife's dead.
Oh, okay.
What?
What's not a spoiler? That's real life.
I know, but why would you say Dog the bounty hunter rest in peace when his wife died?
Like what?
Well, he's
I was so
probably-
confused about what he was
probably-
saying.
Don't disrespect dog.
Rest in peace by proxy to her.
What?
Moment of silence.
Curtain call?
That hat
Is that your curtain call?
Hey, that hat squeezing the hell out of Lloyd.
I can't even take this thing off. It's too embarrassing.
Did you make it bigger?
No, I forgot.
Well, I mean,
I'm working over
Thoughts
here.
are scattered over there.
he looks like
Never been smarter.
He has a Peyton Manning dot on his forehead from
You
the
wanna
helmet.
see
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
look, that's what Peyton Manning's forehead looks like. That's what Peyton Manning's forehead looks like when he takes his helmet off.
100%.
Lloyd's a Manning.
Manning cast.
Yeah, where's my
And he's
jacket?
got a
Where's my
six
money?
head. He doesn't have a forehead. There's a six head in there.
Oh man.
That's right.
That's so funny.
Man.
I love it.
Do you want to wind this thing down? You want to get to the curtain calls? You want to get to what's for lunch, which I think y'all are on your own for lunch today, but we give out shout out to our
Oh, we're terrible at it. Too.
We
We
had-
didn't know what to do.
Dozy place. I have had Lloyd went there recently.
Got spoiled.
Experienced some does and got spoiled. Katie went there recently.
Did you hear her story?
Did she get spoiled?
Yeah, Katie
It's a celebrity.
is a celebrity. She's a local celebrity in
What?
Baton Rouge. She got noticed from being on the Jordy Collada show, and you know how older gentlemen they're not very good with tones, right? They're very tone deaf, so they talk real loud, like they don't. There's no. So this guy is speaking very loud to her, and everybody in the restaurant hears him, and everybody turns around like this and looks at her, and so all eyes are on Katie, and she is just getting beet red. She's getting whelps on her neck because she's so nervous, and she's sweating, and this guy wants to take pictures with her and autographs and stuff. And it's
So
great.
embarrassed.
It's great. You're the carpool lady from the show.
And the guy was
Katie,
going,
right? Yeah, I'm there. That's me.
Oh, he was going around the room and Doty's like, what do they call her? What do they call her on the show? The Jordan? And she was like, oh my God. Then he was like, I have some questions about YouTube. And he was like, Katie was like, I'm just trying to have dinner.
Came here for a meal.
Yeah, I'll help you with your YouTube
Mid
later.
bite. That's the best. When someone talks to you when you're eating dinner and you're like, "Hey, you want?" and you ask your question and,
And
you're
they
eating.
keep
And you're like,
going.
I'm chewing. I literally cannot talk to you right now. Hey, are you busy right now? No, I'm not.
I hate to interrupt
I'm
you.
not busy. No, you
Try to swallow. Hey, you trying to swallow?
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm eating right now. Obviously, like I'm with my family eating. My family eating right now.
Top 5 coach.
Mid bite. Top 5.
Katie, you gonna start?
He went
having
down,
to,
though.
Hey, she's gonna start
He
having
went
to
down.
go
He was
to dinner
3
with
last
the-
year. Now he's 5 this year.
Bad team.
Hey, one more appearance. She's gonna start having to go to dinner with like the Kanye West thing on.
You have to go with the hood on, the sunglasses. I can't. Hey, we can't. Certain times we gotta go eat her at 5 o'clock because people recognize me if I go later than that.
Yeah.
Or
You gotta get in there
we have to
early.
go
Dinner
get it
at
to go,
4:30.
Somebody go pick it up for me and we go out. You know?
That's the move.
You're gonna have to hire a personal assistant now.
Instacart. It's all happening.
Oh yeah.
It's all happening. Can't
Moving
go to
on,
Rouse's.
moving on up in this world. Then you're gonna start getting video or phone pictures from random people that look like you out in California that they think is you.
Is that
Like Aaron
happening?
Rodgers.
Oh, I thought that was you.
No, not me.
Then you're gonna get the NFTs. It's coming. It's all coming.
Yeah, it's all. That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we need. We need that. We need to keep building the
You're
popularity
the
of the show.
carpool. Anybody? Can you help? Jesus.
That thing.
You're that thing that they talk about on that
How's
show.
your food, by the way?
Podcast.
That's
Oh
great.
man.
I hope that guy's watching it right now and he's like, Jesus, I didn't know I was that bad.
You wouldn't know.
Oops.
I don't know if Mik'd was on his list of
I
shows
don't
yet.
think he's a subscriber.
Might get there.
Somebody might tell him.
Jordy Collada Radio Show YouTube.
Yeah, that's the number one search for Jordy
Yeah,
Collada
I know.
Show.
Hey,
Jordy
this is not
Collada
a radio
Radio
show.
on TV. On YouTube.com. They'll find it. One of those.
You'll find it.
One of those
.co.
will hit. .co.
Couldn't get the M.
Costs too much.
Cost
Could
too
get
much.
the
Squatters' rights.
Okay. We're gonna let you guys go. It's Wednesday. We have a lot of shuffling to do. I have a lot of packing to do. I have a lot of decisions to make. I have a lot of, I guess, conversing with my team in here to figure out how we're gonna continue to do the show on the road. We're going to do this from the road. I just gotta pack up and get the equipment and purchase some more stuff to make
crash
sure that
course.
we can have.
Give the people
A very high
what
quality
they
show.
want.
We're gonna have a really cool
What?
guest come on because I'll be in season playing with guys. Lloyd will still be in studio. Of course, you would think that way.
What?
Lloyd's mind is always in the gutter. Playing with really cool, having teammates on my team that I am participating in Major League Baseball
God.
with.
I didn't say
Right?
anything.
Lloyd will be in studio. Lloyd will continue to be in studio as the show is going. Hopefully, Jay Mitch will still continue to come in studio and we'll be able to do everything. They'll be able to talk to me through the cameras. I mean, through the TV with the cameras. What's that? Yeah, and Katie can pinch hit. She finally used
There you
pinch
go, you
hit.
got it.
She finally used pinch hit in the right terms. So we're making some progress. We're learning. You're a quick learner, quick student. Nice. The student has now become the master. And we will do that. We will have. I will obviously not be in the studio, but I will be at my apartment or my hotel room or wherever I'm at. We're going to continue to bring you a great show. If you have not, that's when the podcast becomes huge, which we're still trying to figure out this Apple bullshit. I don't know what's going on with Apple. They're not making this very easy on us.
Get off the baseball deals and get back to Apple Podcasts. Get back to what you're doing.
But we are on Spotify, so subscribe to us on podcast. If you don't want to watch us, listen to us. Subscribe and like us and share us and talk about us on YouTube. We're at Mik'd Up.
Subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. We need the more subscribers, the better we can do. The more cool things we can offer you. We are adding musics. We're doing a bunch of stuff.
Countdown today.
Yeah, we have a countdown now. We're an ever evolving show. So appreciate you
these hats.
Following. We have gear. We have backpacks.
They're
now.
adjustable. They don't have to be tight.
Yeah, they don't have to.
I think the hats turned out awesome.
They did.
The hats turned out great. So
signing day.
We have
hair looks great with that.
Yeah.
Thank you. The baseball players, you got the
nice
lettuce.
flow.
What up, Kramer?
Behind it. So we have.
Don't let me get hot.
I guess the what's for lunch thing is gonna be it's gonna be a tough thing for y'all, but I'll figure that out for y'all. Before then, we have curtain calls. Do you have a curtain call?
I do.
You have a curtain call. You do?
Brian Cashman.
Why?
I just think he's doing a great job of getting.
No, he's not.
He's
got to get some pitching.
Brian Cashman curtain call. You're sucking up to the curtain
get
calls.
some pitching.
What do you got? You have a curtain call? You have a curtain call? You have curtain calls?
You know,
I have a curtain call.
There's just too much moving on.
I'm gonna give it. You know what? We've bashed this man a lot on the show the last couple of days. Not bashed him, but like he's been the butt of the jokes, and could be another joke that Lloyd is going to throw out there after I say who my curtain call is for. But I will give a curtain call to Zion Williamson. He's back in New Orleans. He says he wants to play. He's lost some weight, so the butt of the jokes is getting smaller.
No, there you go.
There you go.
Nice.
And so I will give the curtain call to Zion for.
And I hate to bust your curtain call, but he will not play this year. It's already been reported earlier on the Jordy Collada show.
I take my curtain call back.
Yeah, close the curtain.
I'll give a curtain call.
Even if they make the postseason?
No, he's
not
not
interested.
Oh wow.
He's
going to the game.
That's good. Good, that's gonna help.
Carson Wentz
Loves the
agent.
concessions.
Carson Wentz's agent. Somehow he still gets some jobs.
Keeps getting them jobs.
Very impressive.
Who's the better agent, Sam Bradford's agent or Carson Wentz's?
Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford got paid.
So Washington Super Bowl odds before the trade was
Oh,
plus
no.
5,000.
They went down?
Trade, plus 5,000.
No, it doesn't move the needle at all.
Doesn't move.
The real result would
Meanwhile,
have been like plus 65.
Meanwhile, Aaron
2017
Rodgers,
season, man.
signs back with the Packers, and they go from 15-1 to 12-1 to win the Super Bowl. So their odds got
50
better.
to 1?
15
Oh, okay.
to 1
I'd
to
say
12
50
to
to
1.
1.
So their odds got better.
I'll take anybody at 50 to 1. I'll take any bet. Me and
Rams future.
I think I'm gonna take a future. I think I'm gonna take a.
Flyer.
I'm gonna take a LSU bet to win the SEC championship, SEC tournament. I think
And
Do
I
it.
would buy
in basketball.
I got a 5-leg parlay.
I know you do. What is it?
It was
We didn't really talk betting today, but
Duke, Kansas, Villanova, Arizona, and Iona. Got to throw in Iona. 5-leg parlay for all of them to win their
plus
conference.
what? Plus what?
5,000.
Who's the coach at Iona?
Rick Pitino.
That's right.
He's been doing it over there
Yeah.
too.
8 seconds or less.
8 seconds or less.
That's the offense he runs.
Well, no, the 8 seconds or less was the Suns.
No, I'm making a sex joke about Rick Pitino.
But there was actually an offense called 8 seconds or less.
I know. I tied it in together. I did both.
Jordan, did Lloyd make a sex joke?
He made a sex joke. That's not
That's not on brand for me.
We
That's
might
not
as
on
well just
brand
put
for
a ticker
Lloyd.
in the corner of
Yeah.
it. See how many
That was
times.
his last accident.
Rick Pitino.
Yeah, literally.
What are y'all gonna eat for lunch? What's for lunch is brought to you by
About
Dough's
doughs.
Place.
No. I have doughs in the freezer.
You have doughs in the fridge?
Uh-huh.
How the heck do you have dough? Oh,
Because it's a big fro. Yeah, it's a big
so you're
steak.
gonna go leftovers?
I
You're
can
gonna
go
go
lefties.
lefties?
What I do with my steak, because it's a tough heat up. I put
Yeah.
the tortilla down first. I make a little steak
You
wrap.
know what I think I want today?
Oh
actually?
shit! Let's go.
What's
I think
for lunch?
what's for lunch is Torchy's. I think
Breakfast
I'm gonna get the
taco?
breakfast tacos from Torchy's. Are fire.
Torchies.
Did you have Mexican last night?
I make
Yeah.
my own tacos, but sometimes I get that like when I make something, I
never have
want
too
it.
much
I want
Mexican.
it
Get
a
that
couple,
routine?
yeah, I want it a couple days in a row. I think that's for lunch.
You don't want to get like one more Baton Rouge Classic before you maybe hit the road.
You know what? Maybe. You know what?
Would be Baton
usually.
Rouge.
Well, I'm not leaving tomorrow. Maybe Friday. I don't know.
It's our,
Technically, I haven't signed yet. So
maybe staying.
Not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
What would be your What would be your Baton Rouge pick? If throw doughs out the equation.
Like for lunch or for dinner or what?
Anything.
Yeah. Either or.
That's tough because I like to cook. Honestly, if I had to pick a dinner restaurant, and I don't know, I think that you're against. I don't think you like it. I love Geno's, and Geno's my guy. So
I don't dislike
somebody
Geno's.
said somebody said they weren't.
Geno's.
Somebody said they didn't like Geno's. I'm like,
Get
are
me
you
kicked
stupid?
off the Colada show.
I think I would go to Geno's as like my last dinner, and then if you want to say, hey, what do you want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner as my last meals before I left, I would probably do New York bagel for breakfast.
Yeah.
Good call.
Saturday.
Right? Yeah. I know it's great.
Fire.
They're going back to the real eggs, which is great, not the powdered eggs, which is awesome. So New York bagel for breakfast, and then lunch is kind of like a hit or miss right now. Like we had Inga's yesterday, which was solid.
Fire.
I think I would get Lebanese for lunch. So I'd either do Al-Bashas or Romans because I don't get that where I go, and then I would do Geno's for dinner.
Sounds like a great day.
Well, I would not feel good the next day.
Or they do a
You're not
toilet.
going to make weight.
Yeah, I would not feel good the next day, but that's what I would do.
Mikey, you said you were 210.
Coffee hit a little
I
different the
wish
next
I was
morning.
210.
God.
I'm probably closer to like 217 right now, which is fine. That's actually low going into spring training for me. Normally I go in
220?
220-ish, maybe a little over 220. I'll bring it down. Now, as you get older, I want to be a little lighter on my feet, so I go in a little less than 220, and then in spring training, hopefully around like 212-ish. There's a minute there where I couldn't get to the same weight as Jay Mitch. He'd always let me hear it.
I hopped on the scale this morning. It was 247. So
You and Zion on that same eating
Zion.
plan. On that same eating
What did you
plan.
do in New Orleans?
lying.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding.
Oh, same plan.
Who do the Pelicans play tonight in the blender?
Oh.
Sports show. We're sports show. Don't
Sports
forget.
show.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Don't forget.
Kings?
They played a Magic.
Magic.
Oh, I knew that.
It was plus. It's like
Magic
plus
at
9.5.
Pelicans. They have 3 straight home games. Magic at Pelicans, Hornets at Pelicans, Rockets at Pelicans.
Well,
Today,
Easy
11
stretch.
13.
Easy stretch.
I only mention that because it will be my spite bet of the week. Will be
Ooh, Lance Beal.
Spite
Shout
bet of the
out
week.
to Lance Beal, spite bet of the week. I cannot wait to bet against Baylor in every freaking
That's
game.
what I did. That's why I put money on Kansas. Fuck Baylor and that
Yeah,
fake
fuck 'em.
Christian school
There you go.
who's out to get me.
I'm so happy that he is on the same page that I'm on. So happy.
David Koresh.
I was tempted to go that way. You can go.
My spite bet of the week is because we think Zion might have some bad juju. So the Lance Beal spite bet of the week is I'm going to take the Magic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What is that line? You don't even know?
Doesn't matter.
It's like
Oh,
9.
no, that's real spite.
It is.
That is a real
I
spite
hate
bet.
him that
Not even
much.
knowing the line. You're taking straight up, or are you gonna take the
I think it's
points?
6.5.
Are you gonna take the
it's
points,
more.
or are you gonna take straight up?
Well, you know me. I might tease it. You know me. I need
You're gonna tease a little bit.
I'm not crazy.
You're gonna tease it a little bit.
on.
Also, I do want to say this. There will be Mik'd Up from Fred's on Friday, not hosted by me. It'll be hosted by Jordy. We're gonna continue to take the show on the road at Fred's. We're doing very well there. It's been fun. They love it. So we will continue to promote that these next couple days. Jordy will take my place at the show for me on Friday. I think I said that wrong, but he will be there running Mik'd Up from Fred's on the stage in the cold with some beer and some alcohol and some food and some fans
Yeah.
and some smoke.
Oh.
All of it. The actual
Smoke
smoke.
Laval?
Actual smoke from the...
Oh, yeah.
Smoke
And
is
I think
cool.
we'll have former players will still be around.
And
I'd
former
imagine
players.
there'll be
J-Mitch
like a-
hopefully could come back for a little
think
bit.
so.
For a little bit. Renato will be there.
Yeah, we'll
I
do
think,
it'll be like a panel. Get
Yeah,
Paul
it'll,
Maneri
it'll
out
be
there.
the same thing. Maneri will hopefully be there. Coach Maneri, P. Money will be there. Maybe get some Buzzy Heidel on there because Buzzy that's Buzzy's element. See if you can do that for me. Pick me up.
Did he used to take his pants off at the bar? Is that true?
Jesus.
There's a lot of things Buzzy did that I don't think we should be able to talk
Buzzy's
about.
no, he's never done a lot of that stuff. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't true.
That's not right.
Signs don't tell.
That's
The
not
best Buzzy thing ever is Buzzy and Chris McGee every single weekend. They're best friends. Every single weekend would fight each other.
Fist fight.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
What's the record?
What do you
Who
mean?
knows? There was no record because
There was very
we never used to count it because it was
Just
not.
when it happened
there was
to you
never
often?
there wasn't many punches landed. If
Okay.
it was a drunken fight.
Yeah, it was
There's one
an
time we went-
influence fight. It was just funny to watch until we broke
It
it.
was
Up.
great. It was very good. It's great entertainment.
We knew it was coming. They knew it was coming.
Yeah. And they were best friends right after.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good job. Good fight.
McGuzzy.
nice little
A little tussle.
scuffle.
Yeah.
A little scuffle.
That's one way to do it.
Skerfuffle.
right.
McDusty.
120.
All right.
Almost made it to
What a great
120.
show. What a great show. We made 117. It was a long show. We started a little later. We had a big break in the middle because we had a phone call that I could not answer. But this is probably going to be my last show from the studio. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. The show is still gonna go on. The show will go on from the road. I will be on the road. Lloyd will be in studio. Maybe at some point on the road. Jay Mitch will come in studio whenever he can. Jackie, Stewie, everybody will be here. I have the pinch hitter, and Katie says she'll pinch hit for me and do this. But you are listening and watching Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive and all of our friends at Heineken and Lance Beal, Spite Bet of the Weeks. And it's going to be Lance Beal's Spite month of March of Baylor. Hope Baylor's going one and done.
You want to keep winning, but not covering.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Watch them win the night.
Exactly. And Dozy plays.
Shout out Doze.
Shout out Doze.
Where the celebrities go.
That's it.
That's
it. Carpool Queen. All right, we are going to see y'all on Friday. I won't, but they will. The boys will. So thank y'all for tuning in. Love y'all. Peace.
Love. Love is love.
Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.